finally got to it, didn't we? It's been a long time coming, this has.
Yeah.
How long's it about? It's been 4 weeks, isn't it?
We've tried
If not
4.
more.
Yeah, I think we've tried 4 times. We should explain to people actually. So the first one, I think I had concussion the first time.
Yeah. From helping your father-in-law or something.
I'll
Is that right?
I'll tell the story because I haven't told it. So I got the first time I was supposed to do the podcast with Reece, I had a concussion, and so I was just working in the office as I do, and I forgot that I promised the father-in-law that. So he's had this thing with his fucking gas and electric where, you know, the gas and electric bills have gone up and all that crap, and he's like kind of obsessed with it now. So I was like, don't worry, I'll help you. I'll come and do proper reading, and then we'll write it down, and then we'll come back a month later, and then we'll know, and I'll do all that crap for you. Anyway, I forgot. So I went and did it, and my kids were there, and he lives near a park. My kids and missus were there. So I went to the park after just to see him. And this is what, right, so this is a good example, right? You never know what's going to fucking happen in your life. Because they were playing on this half pipe, is that what they're called? Like a skateboard half pipe.
Skate ramp, but yeah.
Yeah. And it was made out of steel.
Mike Coops would say all about that.
Yeah, I should ring him and tell him actually. I bet he doesn't like the fucking steel ones.
Yeah.
So it's made out of steel, not wood. So it's like all welded pipes with steel sheets, like kind of bent and welded all together, these massive steel sheets. And the kids were running up and down it. And it was dead dry. So you don't consider it was so dry that it was slippy. So you would think the other way around, wouldn't you? That if it was wet, it was slippy. But it was so dry and dusty. So I pushed one of the kids up because he was running and he couldn't quite make it up. I turned around. And I think I had like my old trainers on. I just wear shit clothes all the time. I do. My old trainers have got no grip on them. I'm sure that's contributed to it. And as I turned around, both my feet went from under me at the same time. So I had fucking no chance of doing anything to save myself. And the back of my head cracked on the fucking steel. And it went boom! Because it's like made out of steel. It made a big noise.
Echo,
and,
yeah.
And like, I wasn't knocked out, but it was like I had my bell rung. Have you ever like had the white flash of having your bell rung and like bing?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I was all within 1 second. I kind of thought to myself, "Fuck, I'm knocked out. I can't.
I'm dead."
Yeah, well, I can't stay down because only my missus and my two kids are here, and they aren't going to help me out very much. So I need to not be knocked out, and I need to get up." So I was like, all that happened within like a split second, and I was like trying to get up, holding the back of my head. And I was definitely like there and then I was concussed because I literally didn't know what the fuck had happened. So I said to my missus, "What actually just happened? Like, what happened?"
Really?
Yeah.
Proper then?
Oh yeah, I think I was like out for a split second, and then I was like, you know, when Tyson Fury got up in that fight,
like in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
just went boom.
yeah, because I had to. Maybe he was thinking about his missus when he got up. He's like, "Fuck, I better get up. But no, yeah.
I think I've had that feeling twice. That way, especially with a smack to the back of the head as well. That when I was a kid, I fell off a BMX. I was weirdly at the front, so I was imagine the bike. Someone's riding it. I was stood on the front pegs, facing the bike rider. He's gone down the curb.
Good start.
And as he's gone down the curb, I've just gone off and smacked my head. And then I woke up. I must have been about 8. And I woke up in his arms because he was like a teenager at the time. And he was carrying me to my house and I was covered in blood. My whole school shirt was red from blood.
He's probably carrying your body back to you, thinking you were dead. I've brought his body back.
Well, I just woke up and I was in his arms and I was like, what the hell? And I just remember the back of my neck so cold from blood.
Yeah.
And then I just went royal, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good, mate. I think I had whiplash because I was walking back to father-in-law's flat and I'm thinking I need to like, because the kids were crying because my message was like, "Are you alright?" And it's like, yeah, it's alright, it's fine, what the fuck's just happened? But I was walking back and I knew something wasn't right. It just wasn't right. I was walking but not really taking anything in. And my legs were like funny. But I wasn't right for a couple of days.
Really?
So it was the day after. So we were supposed to be doing the podcast the day after and I couldn't. I couldn't fucking do anything.
What, just felt rough?
It's weird. It just felt weird. It's a funny thing, isn't it? It's like, I don't know.
I've never been concussed, but no, I've had a few whacks on the head.
Yeah, I've had whacks. I've never been knocked out cold.
Mm.
I've been punched in the face a few times, but I've never been knocked out.
Yeah, no, I've had a few headbutts in my time, but again, never been knocked out.
No, I haven't had headbutts.
No, I got to get.
No,
you know, headbutt in your life, wouldn't
no.
life?
When I say I've been punched in the face a few times, I don't do fighting, mate. If I can help it, I won't fight unless I really have to.
No,
the punches in the face.
Me neither.
Boxing training.
Yeah.
So
no,
I wasn't any good at that either.
I've always tried to talk myself out of a fight if I can, because I just find it a lot easier.
It's not worth it. So I saw
it really isn't. Yeah.
I saw one of the main reasons, right, when I was about 18, maybe about 18, 19. I saw he wasn't even involved in the fight. We're in a kebab house and there's someone having a fight, and he just caught like second-hand push or something, and he didn't even get it, but he got pushed over quite hard, banged his head, and he literally died. He's alive. What? He's alive now, but he was dead for like a couple of minutes. He was like clinically not fucking breathing, and these two nurses were these two nurses were keeping him alive until the ambulance came, and I was that pissed off because I didn't see anything that happened, so I was just angry at anyone that would fucking speak to me. Like, what the fuck's going on?
So you were there witnessing all this? Yeah,
but I didn't really see it. It was weird.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. I didn't even see anyone having a fight.
You just wanted your kebab, didn't you?
I don't know what was good. I might not. Do you know what? I might not have even been in there. I was just around. I can't remember. And,
wow.
I was shouting at the nurses that were saving him. I was like, "Get the fuck off him!" And they were good actually, because they didn't even argue with me. They just kind of ignored me. So they were like
just
professional.
Carried on.
Yeah, they were like professional. And then the ambulance came, mate. They cut his trousers off. They cut his shirt off. And then give him why did they cut his trousers off? Am I making that up?
That's a bit weird.
I'm sure they definitely took his trousers off because he had these shit jeans, and I remember saying to him, "You don't want them by the shit anyway." They were like oil effect. But yeah, they put you know, the what are they called? Defibrillator.
The electrical. Yeah, defib.
Yeah, and then we had to go to the hospital, and his dad.
Wow.
His dad. Bear in mind what I've just told you. I don't fight. I'm like a big softie, never fight. And his dad was saying, "You've been getting him in fights." Like, I don't know what happened. Honestly, I haven't got a fucking clue. But then his dad was just emotional as well, because he was like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah, of course.
So I honestly don't know. It was honestly an accident. Definitely, it was like genuinely an accident. So yeah, I was soft anyway. But since then, I'm like, what is the fucking point? You're either going to end up dead or in jail. Which one do you want?
The problem is these days, and it's getting worse. I've dread for when my son's goes out and he's 18, he's in town, because it's just getting worse and worse. Especially Leicester, where we are. It's the knife crime in Leicester now is just getting worse and worse and worse. It's like no one does one-on-ones anymore. It's just like you either get filled in by them and all their mates, or there's weapons involved. It's absolutely nuts. And I'd stay out of town if I can, but I just feel sorry for the youth these days that are going to do it when they're 18. And it's worrying. It's worrying.
Everything gets more extreme, doesn't it?
Oh, massively, mate. Yeah, massively. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's crazy. Crazy.
So yeah, that's what was the second reason? The microphone. So Reece went from not having a microphone to demanding a fucking microphone with flashing lights on it.
It's got to have a light on it. It's like, well, hold on. Can we just blame obviously Professor Plum for not sending me a cable for starters?
Yeah.
And then Andy broke the microphone.
Well, we didn't know, did we? We didn't know whether it was the laptop, the fact that he didn't have the right cable, or the microphone. I think in the end the microphone's fucked in it. So you ended up with a nice microphone. That's all right. So
I've got a nice flashy one. I'm going to take a video of it in a minute. A nice flashy one. It literally goes from all different colours: green, blue.
I haven't actually seen it. I've only seen pictures of it. So I don't see any of the microphones that the guests have. I've never seen one. I've got
You
3.
just shipped them out.
Yeah, I've got 3 now. They just float around the country. So I paid for them, but they never actually came to my house. So that you'll send it to the next one, and
Yeah.
somebody's just sent one to Ant. I'll mention Ant. I don't normally mention guests, but Ant's going to come
Primo.
on. Yeah, and I mentioned him because you mentioned him today in
Oh,
one
yeah.
of your
Yeah.
TikToks. And I like the first of all, I like the fact you were doing a bathroom. I'll ask you about that in a minute because I didn't even know you did bathrooms. But I also like the fact that he was helping and you were helping at whatever you were in contact somehow. 'Cause I guess you don't really know each other than TikTok.
No, just literally social media friends. And Joe, what? It's weird because from doing the TikTok and the Instagram, you just got like a unique set of friends that you can talk to whenever you want.
Yeah.
Not your mates, but just because you got in common. And so like Professor Plum and George GM Joinery, there's loads that you just speak to, and you just know you can ask them a question. Yeah, they'll answer your questions if you got any, and it's just it's weird. It's just a nice little community.
I judge people like this is a load of bollocks, right? But I always say it's obviously not true. I judge people really quickly, like when I'm meeting them, and I like to say to people like, "Oh yeah, I can tell if you're a nice person or not immediately."
Yeah,
and I actually think I can, but you know when you say they're not really your mates, they kind of are, because that's like that's the modern world now. They are your mates. That being on TikTok is like I heard who was it? It might have been Sam actually. He was saying the other, anyway, someone was saying he went somewhere. He's like, there were some people from TikTok there. I'm like, what do you mean from TikTok? Like, TikTok isn't a place. But the way he was talking about it, as if like there's some people from Leicester. I saw a few lads from Leicester when I was there. He was at some trade do or something, and he's like, yeah, there's a few people from TikTok. As if like it's a place where he lives, and it is, because it is, and he's got mates there.
Yeah.
And that's why I always say to people, TikTok in my eyes is by a fucking country mile, the best, the most real.
What, social media?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah. It's not perfect, but it's by a mile the most real.
I think with TikTok, I agree. Actually, it is the most real. Whereas Instagram, you've got to fluff it up a bit. You got to make it look like my Instagram. I will try not to swear on it. I'll make it, I still have a laugh and I'll still be myself, but I'll try and keep it clean.
Yeah.
Whereas TikTok I set that up for a bit of fun with me and my apprentice. I don't care if I'm swearing. I don't care. It's just like, that's my fun side of it.
Do you know?
So I see what you say. It's the most real side. Like you just said, it's real, isn't it?
You see people change the demeanour when they're on TikTok. So there's a lady that I follow. She's nothing to do with trades, but she's funny because I send stuff that she does to me missus. She did one yesterday about camping, and I fucking hate camping. I do. I was like, why do people go? Anyway, that's just and she was camping, and she did this funny TikTok about like, we go to work, and we can afford a holiday, and then somebody says, no, we're gonna like pretend to be homeless for a week.
I feel like I've seen this.
She's funny. I can't remember her name. She's funny though. But anyway, she wouldn't be like that on another social media. It's weird. If you think about it, they're all the same fucking thing, really. More or less. Every social media, you can put pictures, you can put videos, you can talk to camera, you can post text. But they're more or less the same thing, but people definitely change the demeanour when they're on TikTok. I think so anyway. And she definitely did. She was talking to her mates, but she wasn't. She was just making a video on TikTok. It was funny.
Yeah.
I genuinely think it's the best one.
It is the most real. I agree, actually. Like with me, it's like the Instagram. I see that as more of a profile for work that potentially could get me work.
It's funny, isn't it?
Because people that follow you for, I see that on Instagram, if people follow me, it's potentially because they like my work and might want to use me in the future. Whereas TikTok's like a funny, it's laugh, it's a joke. So I don't really see myself getting work from it. I haven't had inquiries, but that's why I don't really care if I swear on TikTok and stuff. But like I say, it's more real.
Well, yeah, exactly. I think that'll get you the work, though.
Maybe so.
When I was talking to my missus about this earlier. I won't even give any clues to who it is because it'll be too fucking obvious. But there's someone, and I've known him for a while, and they're not a bad person or anything. I like them, but they've like changed the voice and changed the way they speak, and I'm like, that's not what got that person popular in the first place. What got them popular in the first place is like they were just being themselves, but now maybe it's not a bad thing what they're doing, obviously, and maybe they're just trying to change the way they are so they can become a proper presenter on TV or something, and this is their first step.
Right.
I think they're possibly taking this proves I don't fucking do it. How'd you say it? Allocution lessons, because they've really changed. They changed their accents, the way that they're speaking. Yeah. I'm like, it's fine, like there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm like, I don't know, you're annoying me now. I'm annoyed.
What, a tradie or just
no? I won't even say who or what it is because it'll be too obvious. But yeah, because there's nothing wrong with it. They still make good stuff, like, and I can fucking speak because I don't really make content. I do this podcast, but I don't make content.
What, there was one guy that I used to follow, and it was on TikTok. I think it was TikTok, and it was hilarious, and obviously his followers went like through the roof because how funny and the stuff he did. And then when he made it, obviously started getting a lot more people noticing him and stuff. Again, his content changed, and then he went into music, and then he started wanting to bring a song out, and then all this fun stuff just stopped. I was like, well,
do you know what it is? They get too good at it. I've said this before on the podcast as well, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's a genuine career choice that they're making, and it's only my opinion. What I'm saying now, there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. If they make money out of it, that's great. But what happens is they get too good at it, so they start to learn what works and what doesn't, and like what the title needs to be and what your thumbnail needs to be, what you need to say, what music you need, and they start becoming far more methodical and cynical about what they put out rather than just being themselves. I've heard Mr. Beast talk about it before. I think I've talked about it before, and he's like, but that was him from the beginning. He was like a pure geek about it, and he researched what works, what doesn't, and he was saying, I can't remember, it was on someone else's podcast. I can't remember what it was. It might have been one of his videos, but it was like, you can give me any video you want of your content, I can more or less guarantee that it'll go viral if you let me do it for you, like, because he knows what the thumbnail needs to look like, what time of day you need to put it out, what music needs to be on it, how you need to edit it together. Because if you notice, when he does videos, he'll spend fucking 12 million quid making a video. Do you know who he is?
I know the name. I've never seen his stuff because my apprentice told me about him. In a massive YouTuber, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for kids really, but I know him because my kids watch it. I quite like him. He's a nice guy. He's very good. Like he gives.
Doesn't he give lots of money away and stuff like that?
The example that he sets is really good. If you want your kids to watch him, because he's very good with charity and he helps people out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he was. I forgot what I was saying now.
Yeah, my apprentice told me about him. I've never seen his stuff, but he's just saying how he's like a proper massive YouTuber and he gives money away for charity and stuff like that.
That was it. Yeah, he can spend $12 million on, or I made that number up, but he can spend loads of money on a video. So on
YouTube or TikTok?
He only does YouTube. I think he does TikTok now. Actually, he's like YouTube's golden boy. Spends all of his money on fucking.
If someone knew how to work TikTok, I'd love to know some tips, because it is the most frustrating thing with your content. You put one video out, it does really well. You do another video, it gets 100 views. But no one knows like the algorithm on it, and like I'd love to know.
No, I think they keep changing it. That's why they keep changing what it does. You'll randomly get.
Yeah.
I had one with 0 views the other day, which is weird. I thought they blocked me. I've
literally just texted my Nathan, my apprentice, like, mate, go on my TikTok, see if this video's come up, because it's had no views.
Oh, really?
Like, it's a campaign as well. I'm like, this is a video that can't flop. I was like, this has to go out. Yeah. This has to do well. And he was like, no, I can see it's there. Then as soon as he did it and liked it, the views started coming in. I'm like, oh, thank God for
weird,
that.
isn't it? I thought they blocked me because I've got more than one account. I've got 3 accounts I have. One for the Perflex, one for the podcast.
Perflex, yeah.
Yeah, and one for the kids.
Yeah, I've seen those 2.
So I thought because the kids have got no followers, so I go on and like it for them. So I thought TikTok was punishing me for liking my own account, because I've read that they'll do that, because that's like spamming in it. So yeah,
Well,
I had a video with 0 views, none, not one. You were like, it will at least get one, surely.
What? What? It never did.
No, 0.
It stayed a 0.
Yeah, what I did was, so you can pay. So I don't know. So you know when you
boost
see
them, can't boost it.
So you know when you see people with loads of views and loads of follows and likes and stuff, they've paid for that like a lot of the time. So
really?
It was on 0 for like 24 hours. I was like, this is weird. Like, I wonder what the fuck's going on. So I was Googling, and that's where I found out it might be the fact that you've been liking between your 2 different accounts. But I was like, do you know what? Because it said I'd never boosted one before, so I didn't really know what it entailed. So I went on it. I think it was like 12 quid, 6 quid per day, and it got me like 6,000 likes. So it went from 0 to 6,000 and 33 extra followers or something like that. I can't remember. I was like, fucking hell, no one. That's how people are doing it. If you've got some money, obviously some people are doing it completely organically because they make really good content. I mean, my content wouldn't get loads anyway. It's not like the fucking best thing in the world. It just wouldn't be sitting on 0 for 24 hours, which I thought was odd. But yeah, I paid 12 quid.
Oh yeah, okay.
6,000 followers. 6,000 views. I can't remember how many likes, but yeah, people pay for it. So if you've got like an idea for a business and you've got 5 grand spare, you'd probably get yourself a shitload of fucking views and followers for that 5 grand.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to. I don't know how many of them followers would be real.
Well, that's it.
How many of them would comment and engage? Probably none.
And actually following because they want to, yeah.
Well, if you assume that none of them are bots, which is fucking a big assumption, they must have clicked follow. Do you know what I mean? I'm guessing most of them are bots, and TikTok's involved.
You can actually buy followers on Instagram, can't you? I know a few people that have done it, and I'm like, yeah, you can buy followers, yeah.
Why would you want? You need
exactly,
engagements where it's at, innit?
Yeah.
So
yeah, but if you actually go on the followers, there will be like such a random name, and it will say like following, like 12,000 followers, none. It's yeah, I know a couple of people that have done it.
I don't get that though. That if I was paying someone who was an influencer, and I guess this is wrong because they probably do pay you if you've got loads of followers. I'd want to know what your fucking engagement was. I don't care how many followers you've got. Like, how many people actually interact with your stuff? How many people comment? And it's all there if you want it. All the analytics are available for free if you want to. I've got a group of 1,000 people in, right, for the grout. And I speak to businesses and I say to them, listen, that group is fucking... I'm very strict to I let in. It's trade only. So I turn away more than I let in. Because I try and keep it to trade only because the engagement's like super high. Because everybody who's in that group,
of course, yeah,
wanted to be in that group, and they've answered some questions for me to let them in the group, and the engagement's like way more than fucking average, because they're all in there because they want to be. They want to. They're a potential customer, so they're asking questions. I could open the group up to be public. Did I say it was a Facebook group? So it's a Facebook group. I could open it up to be public, and have 50,000 members. I could probably get 10,000 members overnight just by making it public, because all the bots and all the fucking whatever the spam advert people, they'll see a group with 1,000 followers that's open to the public, and they'll just try and join. They try and join anyway. I don't know how they find it because it's fucking private, but they still find it and they still try and join. But then obviously they can ask them questions like, "Are you in the trade? What's your company name? Blah 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 blah." But then, just because they answer, it doesn't mean I let them in. I'll go and check. And if I really can't find anything on Facebook, I'll literally search for the company and see if they're on Company's House and things like that. And then I'll let them in. Because I know that they're a real customer.
Right, properly interested, yeah.
Yeah, they're a real
I need to have a look at that. I keep seeing, I've seen your stuff, but I've never actually used it before. I feel like a bathroom fitter that I follow on TikTok's used it in the past. I thought that does look good.
There's loads, mate. There's a few on TikTok. I would have never even thought you would consider it because up until fucking 2 days ago, I didn't know you did even touch bathrooms.
Yeah.
So
at the minute, it's probably I do more bathrooms at the minute than probably anything.
Really?
But it's my least favourite job.
That's really interesting. So tell people what do you call yourself? Carpenter?
I am a carpenter, but I'm a multi-trader.
Yeah.
But I don't like saying I'm a multi-trader because because it gets a bad rep. So I just say I'm a carpenter.
Yeah, that's a load of bollocks, though, isn't it? Because I've talked to someone else about
Massively.
this. It's frowned upon.
Yeah.
So I was at the.
Yeah.
How do I say this without? So my world is the tile world, as you know. Like it's like at this part. So this whole fucking thing that we're all part of. I'm in the tile corner. You're in the carpenter's corner. And you venture out every now and again. But yeah. So
Yeah.
I was somewhere, and I'm trying to say it without telling you who this organisational people were, and they were saying, yeah, we only look after tilers, and we're only interested in tilers. And I'm like, really? Because you're missing out a lot of fucking people there. So believe it or not, a lot of the tilers that you're targeting are multi-skilled, and a lot of the other people who also tile, who you're fucking alienating, are multi-skilled and tile. That a good tradesman. So one of the best tilers I know is an electrician.
Yeah.
It was Alan. So Alan, who was on the podcast number one, which was a while ago now. He's an electrician, and he's one of the best tilers I've ever seen. And he's an electrician.
There we go.
He's obviously a tiler, isn't he? He's a tiler as well.
Yeah.
So it depends. I just think when people are skilled, and I often say this as well, when a tradesman's skilled like that, in another life, you could have been an artist. Because have you ever seen when a plumber gets all the piping really nice and fucking gets all the angles right? And I love that shit, I do. But there's a bit of art in that, and not a lot. Not everyone will see it. Or the favourite bit of my house, right? We renovated this house 5-6 years ago. My favourite bit in the whole house is in the loft. You'll never see it, and it's where the electrician laid all the cables for the splitter and the fucking aerial cables and some shit that's in the loft. And he did it mint. It looks dead nice.
Yeah.
But every time I go up there, I'm like, he's done a good job there. Looks nice, that does.
Usually, it's like if it's in the loft, it's out of sight, out of mind, isn't it? Out of mind. Is that right? Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. But no, the fact that he's actually still kept it nice and tidy is I
love shit like that. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, there's nothing wrong with multi-trade. It's a load of bollocks.
Yeah, they just get a bad rep. Yeah, I don't know why.
Why wouldn't you want to be multi-trade?
Absolutely, exactly. Look, exactly what I say.
I think doesn't Ant do everything himself?
Yes, so I believe so.
That's multi-trade. If you're a bathroom fitter, just saying you're a bathroom fitter, that's multi-trade. You're doing all sorts of shit involved in that.
The way I see it is why would a customer want to get their bathroom done by, from a company that's going to have to go, right, so today the labour's going to come, he's going to rip it all out. Then you're going to get the plumber, he's going to come and do the first fix. Then the plasterer's going to come. Then the tiler's going to come and do his bit. Then the plumber's going to come back. You're like, what?
Yeah, it's hard. No. It's hard to project manage all that. I tried it, mate, with this house. It's hard work.
It takes is one person, one of that gang, to be ill to cock the whole system up.
Well, anything can happen, can't it? Like I fucked everyone up because the plumber had bathroom fitter. So that's a good example. The bathroom fitter was also a plumber. It's the same fucking thing. Like it's all related. But I told him to swap the bath. I'd gone on holiday, and it was almost finished, and I was like, yeah, I've been thinking about the bath. I don't think it's going to piss me off too much. Can you take it out? And he's like, you are. It's like when I put things in, they're there to stay, mate. So I'm not fucking ripping it out now. It's like, mate, you're going to have to.
What
sorry.
do you like about the bath?
It was one of them with an angle on each end.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they look nice, but it wasn't big enough to be. I'm tall and my missus is tall, and I'm thinking to myself, that's just going to piss both of us off. Like, we'll think it's great at first, but in 3 or 4 months' time, we'll hate it. So I just rang the City Plumbing. I rang City Plumbing and said, have you got that same bath but with a flat end? And then I just said, rip it out, give it away, fuck it, I don't care, get rid of it. And swapped it, yeah, while I was on holiday. I never even saw him do it. So yeah, and that fucked up someone who was coming in behind him. So that's what can happen. And he might have needed to go off to another job. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's funny that bathroom, obviously, you just said you see me do on TikTok yesterday, whenever it was. So I was down to tile just where the bath finishes up, and then halfway around the rest of the room. So I was like, so I've allowed the time for that, and and then as I'm tiling, goes, oh, just so you know, in the garage is obviously more tiles. I bought enough to do the whole bathroom. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, that's not what we've allowed time-wise or money. Yeah. So we're going to have to do some alterations to that. And it was like, listen, it's fine. We'll pay whatever we need to pay. But so obviously, it has to be done, doesn't it? I can't say, no, I'm not doing it. So we got it done.
Could have talked him into having half a wall.
Well,
how'd you manage that, by the way? So that's a good subject at the moment, because I was talking to a tiler the other day, and he's about to be stung for $3,000.
Oof.
And the reason for it is, it's not even a fucking reason, to be honest. It's like, I kind of agree with the customer, but not what he's doing. So the customer's not happy with a particular... It's not anything technically wrong with it, it's just he doesn't like the way it looks. So where he's put... So this is the story I was told, right? So the customer said to the tiler, I want all full tiles all the way through. So he's got like a bathroom. It's all downstairs bathroom, hallway, and it's all tiled, massive area. And he said, I want full tiles in this particular room. And so he did everything he asked for, but then it come to a point where, at a doorway, where he couldn't quite get a full tile. So in all honesty, it doesn't look right. It looks a bit odd. But if that's what the customer's asked for, so it goes at the door, it goes full tile before the door, not quite a full tile from the centre of the door, and then full tile after the door. And the customer's like, no, I don't like that. Rip it all up. Rip it all up.
Oh,
the whole floor. So I'm like, he's just found something to an excuse for not paying you, I reckon. Like, because obviously he doesn't like the way it looks. You can offer to fix that particular area. No problem. He's Tyler. He can fix it. I'm sure he's done worse shit before.
Probably just don't like the tiles that they've bought. Actually, let's find a fault so we can get out of paying for it.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Yeah, so now
I've never been in that situation, but it is. I always run through the job with the customers so that they know what they're getting, how things are going to be, even to putting a handle on a kitchen door. Yeah. This is where I'm going to put it. Is that okay, or would you recommend somewhere else? Just because it's their kitchen, they've got to live with it. I'll put it upside down if they want me to.
Yeah,
because that's where they want it. Well, they're paying. I'll put it where they want it.
According to the tiler, what he says is that this is literally what he asked for. Fair enough, I didn't actually specifically say to him, it's going to look like this there and that there and whatever. But I think he was always going to find something. So the question really, because you're on about charging the customer extra, do you take stage payments?
Just to get in my diary, you've got to pay me a £200 deposit.
Yeah.
Because I've been stung too many times by people saying, yeah, we like the quote, we'll have you, and we'll wait 3 months, 4 months. But in that 3-4 months, they already know full well they're looking for somebody else that will do it sooner. So I then thought, well, I've got a mortgage to pay for. I've got kids to look after. I need someone that's actually wants me to do the job and is willing to wait for those 3-4 months. So I thought, well, I'm going to take deposits. If people are serious about me, they'll pay it. So that's my first thing, £200 deposit. And then if I'm supplying stuff, usually, obviously, if it's a wardrobe and I've got to make it from scratch or whatever, I'll take 50% of obviously the day before I order materials.
50% of the whole job?
Of the quote, of the whole job. That pays for materials. So if they turn around and go, I don't want it now, I'm out of pocket because I've paid for all the materials. So I take 50%, and then the remaining is done on completion.
50-50.
And so no one's ever moaned. They're just crack on.
But I was saying, right, so I was talking to Adam, the trade hub, because I asked him the same question, and I was like, I would just leave 10%, because you're saying you've never been stung. One day, you will, and they'll owe you fucking 50%.
Yeah.
And you guarantee it'll be the biggest job you've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
So I would figure out a way of saying like, right, it's 30, 30, fucking 20. Do you know what I mean? And then 10 at the end.
Yeah. If it's a big job, like usually if like my jobs, if it's like just a kitchen or a bathroom, you know, kitchen a week's work, bathroom potentially 2, if not a little bit more, depends on how big it is. If I've got a bad feeling about the customer, you know, someone I don't know or whatever, then I potentially would say it's stage payments at the end of each week. I did do a big job recently, which was not that I didn't trust the guy. He seemed like a nice, genuine guy, so that wasn't the issue. But I had to do his bathroom, kitchen, and other jobs in the house, so it was like a month's work. So I said, well, after each job is complete, I want payment, and he was like, yeah, fine. So, but I've never been stung yet, and I hope the day doesn't come because I don't know if I would turn into a nasty person or not. And you've seen these videos, haven't you, where people are like forklift and they've drove through shops. I wouldn't ever do that. I would never do that. But
you can see where it comes from, though, can't you?
Be able to guarantee. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to guarantee that I wouldn't do that because if you're taking food out of my kids' mouths because you're not going to pay me for the work I've done, who can say what person they're going to turn into?
Yeah. To be honest, if there's such a thing as a good customer, right? So you're a good tradesman. I had multiple tradesmen in this house, right, and I was paying them all on time because I understood that they're not like a multi-million-pound fucking business. They can't just front all the money to renovate the fucking house for me. They need the wages. They need to go home with money. And I think sometimes people forget. It's like so the customer might have a salaried job, and they forget. If at the end of the month their company said to them, can we give it in a couple of weeks? Is that all right? They'd be like, no, we need it now. It's my fucking wages. So to do that to a tradesman is wrong. Even a big trades like a tradesman who's got like big company, he needs the fucking money to pay people.
Of course he does. He'll have people to play for, yeah. And it is my biggest grudge. Is that the word? Like my biggest pet hate of being a tradesman is people think that you will. You don't need the money straight away. You wait a week or whatever for it. And secondly, they expect you to, if they know you, friends or family. Oh, what about mates rates? well, hold on. I'll ring up my mortgage advisor, my mortgage lender, and just see if I can pay a little bit less this month, just because I've done some mates rates. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's not how it works. So now I'm like, mates rates, nope, don't do them. Don't do them.
Jobs for mates are a fucking nightmare anyway, aren't they?
I literally did an Instagram on this literally last week or this week, at the beginning of the week, about literally this conversation. And I said to him, I put a poll out and said, if you knew somebody who was a tradesman, would you expect it for free or a mate's rate, or would you just pay the going rate? Luckily, it was a 60-30 vote that most people said they'd pay the going rate. And I was like, thank God for that.
I don't know.
Unless
there is such a thing as a little bit cheaper for family and friends. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, or if there's someone that can maybe return a favour somehow, or that friend would jump through fire to help you out if they was needed. Yeah, then that's fair enough. Yeah. But those that are just going to take their mates' rates and expect the mates' rates are the ones that are taking the piss.
Yeah, or
do you know what I mean?
Hey, Reece, your mate Adam told me ring you, said mention my name, he'll sort you out. I'm like,
I'm like, you're someone that I have no idea who you are. Yeah, I'll sort you out, mate. Yeah, of course, yeah. I'll work for less just so that you can have a good deal that will then put money on your house by me doing your kitchen for cheaper, which you're going to pocket an extra few grand on your house when you sell it. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started.
Tough life, innit?
But no, it took me a long time to. I've been, I've done mates rates for people in the past, and it's turned around, bit me in the arse. I fell out with people because of it, and I'm like, it's just not worth it. I'm like, not because I've done anything wrong. It's just because they didn't like the situation. Then I'm like, hold on a minute.
Always goes bad, mate.
I'm literally working for fuck all right now, and you're kicking off.
So I I've done work for literally nothing before, just as a favour from him, like really good mates, like his mother-in-law's kitchen and bathroom. It's a good story actually. So I grouted. So it's a long story. So I was like, I'll do the grouting if you want, because I was gonna give him the Perflex, and he was like, I was like, do you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it. I'll video it. I'll do it for free. So I did that, and then obviously when I got there, I was like, I don't mean to be rude, like, but the tiling's a bit, it's not perfect. Like, I didn't know if it was around because there's like tradesmen around, and I didn't want to like dob someone in. And she's like, oh yeah, my son did the kitchen tiling. I was like, fucking. So it's like there's like lips on it, and it was a bit fucked. And I was like, so this is like this epoxy grout. It's not your friend if you're not very good at tiling. It will show any fucking inconsistencies or lips or anything. It's like, so just so you're aware, I'll do it, and it won't cost you anything, but it's going to show up. And I showed her exactly like this lip here, it might look poor, and this drop, and there's a chip here. It's like fucking hell. So I did that, and then they actually got a tiler for the bathroom, and it was black tiles. I got on the tiles, so this is another thing. I got on the tiles at cost. The tiler said he doesn't like black grout, doesn't use it.
What Tyler does like black grout?
Yeah.
Horrible stuff.
So I was like, do you know what? Fuck. I said, listen, don't worry about that. Just tell him to finish, get it ready, because it's Tyler. It'll be fine this time. It's not a son this time. So I was like, tell him to finish the tiling, and I'll apply the black grout for you with Perflex for free. And when I got there, it was like, fuck. It was like, I'll send you the videos. It was the worst tiling I've ever seen. It was like, honestly.
And that was a tiler?
He'd been tiling 25 years. This is the argument he gave to the lady.
Wow.
It was that bad, right? I don't like calling other trades out. I just don't like doing it, because you don't know the scenario. I wasn't there. Don't know the situation.
Yep.
Customer might have been happy. Don't know anything. But it was that bad. It was like he'd broken the tiles over his knee to cut them. Like, it was rough as fuck, and it was like 10 and 20 mil gaps in the corner with no adhesive on the wall, and it like clearly done. And I was like, this is that bad. And I had to say to her, I don't want any involvement in it. I can't do the grouting because as soon as I've touched it, it's on me then, because I need to make this look nice. And it was far enough gone. It wasn't that far gone really. It was like the shower wasn't really in yet. I was like, do you know what? I said, I hate saying this, but if I was you, I'd rip this out now while it's like this. It was that bad, mate. One of the trim on the niche, if you caught it at the wrong angle, it would have cut you. So if someone's going into the shower naked, they
bits flopping about.
you potentially fucking cut yourself. But anyway, and what ended up happening was so this is what I mean about mates rates. So I did the kitchen for free, and then I went to do the bathroom for free, but said I can't do it. Sorry, it's too rough. My mate's mother-in-law ended up not liking me, because I told her these things, and the tiler had convinced her that he'd been tiling for 25 years. That's normal. It's normal to have gigantic fucking gaps in the corner, because he would just fill it with silicone or go. You will never notice.
And grout it in.
It was so bad. It'll fail one day because there was no waterproofing. There was no adhesive on a lot of the wall behind, so it'll leak and fail. But yeah, I ended up the bad guy because he's been the tiler for 25 years. How can you question him? Yeah. Jobs
like that, mates rates, or doing it for family, they're the jobs that end up being a pain in the arse. Something goes wrong, you get stressed because you think, what's going on? I'm not getting no money for this. But yeah, like I was at my mum's house last night. Obviously, I would never, ever, ever charge my mum and dad. But I had to go round to fit some radiators from them because they'd had. I'm not even going to it. They had someone do it. There was another family member, and they were leaking. So I had to go around to sort it out. And I was there till 10:30 last night. And I was thinking, why am I getting involved in this? I thought, oh yeah, it's my mum. I'm gonna have to. And I was there again for another 3 hours today, sorting the other ones out. It's just But they're, like I say, they're the ones you're not getting paid for, or you're getting not enough for it. No. Are the ones that are a pain in the arse that stress you out.
And you guarantee you get a call back as well. A year later. Oh, remember that? Remember that patio you did for me? It's fucked now. Oh, it's 18 months ago. It's like, what? Did it for nothing. So yeah, but so you're a carpenter really.
Yeah.
So how did that start? How did you get into that?
By a phone call from my brother-in-law when I was 17, saying, well, he's a carpenter. He's like, where I work, we need someone for a couple of weeks, bit of cash in hand. Do you fancy it? And I was like, yeah, all right. So I was going to Loughborough College at the time and doing sport. I wanted to be a personal trainer originally, and I was skint. So I was driving to Loughborough every day with one job. I worked at the co-op next to me near my house like twice a week, an evening, and I had no money. And I was like, I could do with that money, to be honest. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. So did the 2 weeks, cash in hand, bought a set of alloys from a Peugeot 306, rinsed all the cash, and then they went, actually, you're quite good. Do you want a job? So I was like, well, I'd have an apprenticeship if there's one going. They said, yeah, sound. So I finished my course off at Loughborough, and then started in September. I went straight to college. And that's how I got into it.
Is that a firm or a bloke?
No, that was a firm. Yeah. And just a small one, a family run. It was my brother-in-law's uncle that owned the business.
Right.
And there was probably 10 lads that worked there.
And they offered you an apprenticeship.
So then they gave me an apprenticeship, yeah. And I did that. Bench and joiner.
So what?
That's my trade.
How far did you get with the college? 1 year?
I did 3 years.
Oh,
so I did the advanced year. I did the advanced. It's only a 2-year course, but if you wanted to.
Oh no, sorry. Sorry, mate. I meant Loughborough.
What's that?
I meant.
Oh, that was a year. I did a year there.
Yeah. Did you not like it, or did you just like the idea of the money on the other job?
I did like it, but I didn't love it. And then I thought, well, this job's come up, and it's actually money, and I've not got to learn every human bone and every muscle and all that. I thought, I'll take the stuff I can do with my hands.
Yeah. Well, that was a good decision at that age to realise that you didn't love it. Because, mate, I did a job for fucking, how long? 8 years. So I was an apprentice engineer. And I knew, like you, I knew quickly, I'm not going to enjoy this. But 8 years later, it took me 8 fucking years. So I finished the apprenticeship.
That's a long time, mate.
Yeah, I was like depressed, and I'd let it like really get on top of me, and so I did the apprenticeship. I was alright at it. I got good at it. I got good at it. Didn't particularly like it, and it took me 8 years. So I always say to people now, listen, while you're young, you don't have to keep doing the same fucking thing. Go and do something else. If that's offering you a bit of money and the sound of it, yeah, fuck it, go and do it. If you love doing sport, go and do that. As long as you're learning something and you love doing it, learn how to do that for a bit, and then go and do something else. Because until you can do whatever you want while you're young, more or less. I think I fell into the trap of you've got to go to work, you've got to earn some money. So I did when I was 16, and the only option I had really was because I couldn't go to college. It wasn't an option for me. It wasn't allowed. So the only option I had was apprenticeship. And do you know what? I got 3 different apprenticeships.
Yeah.
I could have had any one of them. So one of them was engineering, one of them was plumbing with the council, and one of them was like another engineering one on motors. Why the fuck didn't I choose the plumbing one then? Because
it's for the council, mate. You wouldn't have learned much through there.
No, I know. But it was like easily the one for the most money. It was easily the one where you earn the most money.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? What a dickhead.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I did. So so then you did 3 years carpentry school.
Carpentry college, yeah. Well, the 2 year, it was a 2-year course, and then the advanced if you wanted to. So my boss was like, well, listen, if you want to do the 2 years, you qualified, so you get a pay rise, or if you want the 3rd year. Yeah, so he said, obviously, you're qualified now, so you'll get a pay rise. Or if you want the 3rd year, then I said, I'll take the 3rd year. I said, I'm not bothered about the pay rise. I want I want to be an advanced carpenter. I want to do the proper stuff at the end, because it was like it was proper stuff we'll make in the 3rd year. So it was nice. So yeah, did that for the next year, and that was it.
What's an
Job
advanced
done.
carpenter? What can an advanced carpenter do?
So we went from making a second year. We were making just like what do we make? A straight flight of stairs. Trying to think what we made now. Just a normal door. But the third year was like a drop Gothic arch door with like a proper archway on it, and a flight of stairs with a what do you even call it? A kite step in it. That's me. I've not done this stuff since college. It was stuff that I've done and never done since.
It's amazing to me
because I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I loved doing the bench hand side of it. But what I was doing at college, I wasn't doing at work. We were just making units for shops and stuff in where I worked. So it was completely different stuff.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed doing the college side of it. But when I'd qualified and then I moved to a new firm and stuff like that, I just went on site. I was like, I'm out of the workshop. I can do when you're in the workshop, it's like you clock watch. You're constantly watching the clock. When's tea break? When's dinner break? Whereas on site, you've got the banter, the days go quicker and you earn a lot more money. So I was like, I'm going out on site. Yeah. So I've taught myself that by doing it. Just got out there and asked lads how to do stuff and just got on with it.
Yeah. It's amazing to me some of the stuff that all trades do, to be honest. I always say to trades, every single person I speak to, you fucking underestimate yourself because, like I said before, you're not far off, maybe even in the same life, art. Because you've got a bit of engineering in there, engineering, design, art, and you do it all without fucking thinking about it. Loads of trades do it, tilers, plumbers, you all do it. I had when we bought this house, it was fucked. It had no banister. It had no banister at all on the stairs. I don't even know where it had gone. It's like someone had just ripped it off. And my mate's a joiner, and I was just paying him to come and do bits around the house every now and again whenever he could. And he built a brand new, what do you call them? The spindles and the
banister. Yeah. Balustrade.
So he put everything up brand new. And to me, I was like, that's fucking, I couldn't believe he did it. I was like, that's fucking amazing that you've done that. And it goes around the corner. And he's like, well, he was like, well, just my job, like, but it's fucking awesome. It looks, I think it's because it was brand new as well, like, because it looked, like a brand new staircase in an old house. I was like, it's fucking amazing. And he's like, well, yeah. But yeah, to me, it's amazing. I don't think you don't give yourselves enough credit sometimes.
I'm probably my worst critic, and I doubt my skills a lot. Like, I'm 35 now. I've been doing it long enough, but I look at people's work and I think it's amazing. I probably couldn't even do that. I can, but in my head, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Are you looking you're looking at the work on social media though?
Yeah.
You're only seeing the good stuff.
Yeah. And then, even the tiling and stuff, and because I'm obviously doing multi-trading now, I look at people's work and think, I couldn't do that. And I think, I do that. That's what I do every day. But I am my worst critic, and nothing's ever good enough. Yeah. Ever.
I think social media's made everyone better. Like, I don't know.
100%.
Say maybe 5 years or so. Probably 10 years or so, but 5 years or so, it's fucking accelerated. Like you said, you can speak to Ant. Ant is a fucking expert tiler. You can tile,
and I used his recommendation of Aquapanel.
Exactly.
I was like, I've never used it. I'm going to use it. I trust Ant because I know how good his work is, and I was like, I'm 100% going to give that material a go.
It's giving everyone knowledge and confidence to try things, especially when people are sound. There's a lot of knobheads who are just like, I hate it when people position themselves as an expert. Like, I'm far from it. No one person is you can't be anyway. Even if you were the best carpenter in the world, right? I still wouldn't accept you as an expert because it depends on the particular job. You don't know the relationship with the customer, what's gone on before, what they've asked for, what's needed, the other tradesmen. You can't just judge someone like that. You can't say, I'm an expert and that looks fucking shit. You don't know. You don't know what's going on. Yeah. You weren't there. So that's it's good when people work together.
100%, mate. One thing I hate is when I see videos of people going in to rip jobs out. Look how crap this is. Look how bad this is. Look what's happened here. You're like, again, you don't know the story behind it. Like, you have no idea. That customer might not have paid the guy, like, before he'd finished. Like, so yeah, he's now finishing. No, he's not going to pay. You don't know the story. So don't slag off someone else's work without knowing the story. You wasn't there.
No. Said this on the last one. The only time you're allowed to, not allowed, the only time I'll accept when people are being like slagging other people's work off like that, and not just trades, just social media in general, is if someone's been criminal, like they're trying to rob the customer, they've taken money and done nothing, or they've done shocking work, and they're not agreed to rectify it. Then that's, I think it's fair game then.
Do you know what? I listened to that. I think it was on Virtues. Was it on Virtues podcast?
I repeat myself a lot. I haven't got much to say. I've probably said it a few times.
It was weird because the video that I watched was a woman, and she had a bathroom with these like fishtail tiles, and someone had done a crap job, done a runner with the money, and Virtue came in and did it for free. Yeah. And that's how he came on my radar. I was like, who's this guy? I was like, what a legend he is, doing that for free.
Well, the other thing he did.
But yet she sounded like a nightmare customer, to be honest.
So the other thing Mike did with that particular job, he didn't call out the other guy. Yeah. So on the face of it, bearing in mind what I've just said, on the face of it, you would say, yeah, call him out. But actually the other guy wasn't as experienced. Yeah. It wasn't as confident. And he was just a little bit lost.
Out of his depth.
And he didn't know how to deal with the whole situation. So Mike rang him, coached him a little bit, fixed the job, and it was all cushy. So that's what I mean. That lad could have been fucking hung out to dry. And to be fair, he shouldn't have left the customer like that. But anyway, Mike sorted him out. Well, and he's learned a lesson.
If he put his hands up and said, "Look, I'm sorry, but here's all your money back." Did I don't think he did that, did he?
I don't know. Don't know the full story.
And I'm not bothered. It is irrelevant. But as I say, you never know the story. And I'm not saying what he's done is right or anything or wrong, but everyone's going to be out of their depth at some stage. But like I say, as long as you rectify it, or you say, look, I'm sorry, I can't do this job. Here's all your money back.
Yeah.
Then at least you've done something to show that you're not a cowboy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where if you've gone, right, I'm going to do bathroom. Yep, I want $3,000. I'll have this spick and span sound. Take them there, do a shit job, and leave it. That's a cowboy.
Yeah.
But if you know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of the time as well, they're the kind of guys that'll say, I've never had a call back. And I'm like, well, I bet you fucking haven't. Why the fuck would they call you back? Because a lot of the time, a high percentage of customers, they don't want the aggro. They don't want to argue with the tradesman. So they won't ring him and say, are you sure that this is supposed to do this? They just won't. They just don't say anything because they don't want the, like that Tyler who said he'd been telling 25 years, that lady sided with him because she didn't want a bathroom ripping out, even though it was fucking shocking. She just wanted it sorted and no arguments. So a lot of the time, customers just, and I don't blame them, they don't want the argument, so they don't really say anything. So that you get a lot of people saying, I've never had a call back. It's like, well, I'm not fucking surprised.
Why would
someone else fixed it. But
yeah, absolutely.
So 3 years apprentice, and then did you go and work for that firm full time?
Then the company that I was working for, they went bust. So at the time, my partner, my ex at the time, her dad was a manager at another firm, so he got me straight in. So I went straight from there straight to another firm, more money in the workshop, doing something similar, and then that was shop fitting. So they used to send. I didn't like it. I hated it, to be honest with you. I hated the shop fitting side of it. They used to go, right, yeah, thanks for doing your 8 hours today. Now can you drive to Skeggy for me and just go and do some snagging? And I'm like, hey? Like at the time I would have been like 20, 21. I'm like,
so just to
go home, mate.
In a shop, in a carpentry shop. So what goes on in a
workshop?
Yeah, what goes on? What are you doing
Lots
in there?
of tea drinking. It depends. A lot of, to be honest, a lot of bitching, a lot of tea drinking. It all depends, mate. The ones I worked in, we did shop fitting, like making for point of sale. So a lot of MDF stuff.
You've got like 1,000 things to make.
Literally, there'd be one man on the saw all day cutting stuff up, because we didn't have a CNC then. So it was one man who was stuck. He was on the saw 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That was his job. He would cut it all up on a pallet near to your bench. Right, knock up them 100 boxes. MDF. Oh, it was mind numbing. Yeah. And then I went to college and I'm making like doors and windows. I'm like, this is real wood. I love
a
this.
Staircase last week.
Yeah, I made a drop Gothic arch door. It was unreal. But I didn't enjoy it, to be honest. I don't mind it now, because obviously when I do my wardrobes or kitchens and stuff, that's in the workshop, and I don't mind that, because that's my job and I'm running it and I know what to do and what I've got to do. Yeah. So I don't mind that.
You're not banging out hundreds and hundreds of the same thing over and over again.
It's horrible. Yeah, that was just not fun.
No.
But then to be doing like your proper joinery now in a workshop, in my eyes, there can't be much money in it, because everything's made abroad these days.
I bet there's some money in it for the owner.
Well, yeah. There's like the lad that I went college with. I still follow him on Instagram, and he's got his own workshop and he makes proper stuff. But he's been doing it long enough now where he's got the clientele for it. Do you know what I mean? So the stuff that he's doing is going to be costing thousands, because it's all proper stuff.
Yeah.
But you've got to find that clientele that needs that work doing. That, you know, when people come to me, can you make this furniture for me? Yeah, I can. I can make that very easily.
Yeah.
But you'll find it on the shelf probably 200-300 quid cheaper.
Yeah.
Because it's made abroad and it's shipped in, and they've made it by the ton load. You know what I mean? So.
Just a few cat noises there, so you don't get startled by this interruption. This podcast is independent. I was speaking to a listener the other day, and they said it was really interesting to hear how this podcast is made. So just to explain to anybody who's interested, a lot of the interviews are remote, so there's a lot of organising and chasing and setting up times for busy people to be available, but then there's also making sure people have microphones that are decent, and so the quality of the podcast is good. Then we pay for software that allows us to record each voice independently, which can then be edited afterwards. 2 different locations, 2 different sets of noises, 2 different levels, so we need those voices to be separate files. We also pay for software to actually edit the podcast itself. We have to pay for a distributor to store and distribute the podcast for us. And the goal at the moment is to get the podcast to pay for itself. It actually costs money to run at the moment, which is fine because I really enjoy doing it. But it'd be really great if we could get the podcast to pay for itself. With that in mind, a Patreon has been set up, and what a Patreon is, it allows people to pay for something if they want to. Now, you don't have to pay, it's free to listen to. But if you feel like you enjoy the podcast and you will buy me a pint or the guest a pint, then it's possible to do so if you go to patreon.com/don'ttouchthecat. We appreciate anybody that subscribes, but as mentioned, you really don't have to. It is free. It allows us to carry on doing this and making the podcast better and better. And if we can get the podcast to pay for itself, it's less stressful for me to make. And I can start spending a bit more time on editing. So we record the podcast with the guest, with the microphone that we have to send to them. So we need good equipment. We actually need better equipment than we've got at the moment, but we persevere with what we have for now until the podcast can start making enough money to pay for decent equipment. And hopefully one day, which would be amazing, an actual studio. So there's obviously the time involved in the setup, but then there is a bit of editing required afterwards, and the amount of editing depends on the quality of the recording of the guest. Now, we've got better at doing it. We send the guest a half-decent microphone, but obviously not everybody is set up at home to have a quiet room with as little echo as possible and all the rest of it. So there is a fair bit of editing sometimes that is required afterwards, and this takes time. And it'd be really lovely if we could one day make enough money that actually that time is my job, and I would love that. So any Patreons are very, very appreciated. Patreon.com/Don't Touch the Cat. Thank you very much. Back to the podcast. You know what?
That's why I went into kitchens, bedrooms, and bathrooms, because I thought I enjoy that. That's just, it never die out. That won't. Yeah.
So what did you do? Just decide to go out on your own?
No. So what happened was I probably stayed there for probably about a year. And obviously then he got getting sent out, and right, you're doing your full day at work now. Can you go and do this in miles away? I'm like, well, not really. I want to go home and play PlayStation. I'm 20 years old. No, I must have been, actually, I would have been about 23. And then we'd been out all day. We'd just been out all day, me and this other bloke, doing some all over the country. And we got back to the workshop about 5 o'clock at night, and the manager came out, and basically I kept saying no to him. That past few weeks, I kept saying, no, I can't, mate. I've got to go out tonight. I've got to do this. And so he came out to me at 5 o'clock into the car park and said, all right, Reece, just let you know, we've got to let you go. And I was like, all right. Could you not have took me into the office and done this instead of doing it in the car park in front of the lads?
Yeah.
So the workshop manager said, we used to get on. He's like, Reece, listen, get yourself into the workshop, get your kit, take whatever you want to take out the stores, put it in your van, and all the best. So I had a big, massive van vault, big, massive one. I used to keep in the workshop with all my tools in it. That was full to the brim of screws, silicons, anything you could think of that had been a workshop was in it. And I was living off them screws for a good 2 to 3 years on my own jobs. That's how many I got. They supplied me for my jobs for years. So yeah, and I was 24, tell a lie. 24. I just bought my own van, and I thought I was living at home with mum and dad. And I thought, you know what? Oh, no, I can't have been 24. Can't have been. Anyway, a little better. And I just bought my own van, and I thought, well, I live at home. I'm not going to rush out and get a job right now. I've got a few people that want some work doing. I'll do theirs first, and I'll see where it takes me. And then it just never stopped. And then I had a few phone calls from my previous employer, who my brother-in-law still works for. He was like, oh, I've heard you gone self-employed. I was like, yeah. He said, well, I can give you a day's work now and then. What's your day rate? And I was working with my mate at the time on his job. And I was like, what's my day rate, Dan? I don't know what my day rate is. What's my day rate? He's like, tell him 120. Tell him 120. I was like, okay. Yeah, 120, mate. Is that right? He's like, yeah, fine. So then I jumped on with him, doing a few days for him here and there. And then just built up a bit of a clientele and built up a few people that are doing little jobs for here and there, and just built my name up that way. And that was started off as RS Carpentry, and that's, it just kept going from working for new people or new clients, and I've got business cards and did all that part, the leaflets out there, and that's how I started me, basically.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
And then
loads of people just kind of
no
one's got a master plan. Everyone just falls into things.
Literally, yeah. I fell into carpentry, then I fell into being self-employed, then I fell into running my own bits, and then I bumped into a mate of mine. Well, I met him through working through my previous employer, subbing. He used to have another lad that used to work there, and I got friendly with him, and he came up to me one day and was like, Reece, I'm going to go and work in London fitting kitchens, but he needs 2 fitters. I was like, I've never fitted a kitchen, mate. He's like, I'll teach you everything you need to know. I was like, okay. So we used to drive to St. Albans every day in my van, and he taught me. So I started to learn kitchens on 50 to 60 grand kitchens.
Fucking hell.
And it was unreal. They were like, you get down to St. Albans, it's like, right, your kitchen's in Watford today. So you're like, so you drive to Watford. And I remember him saying, this is £1 million house. A bloke that owns a skip company's bought it for his ex-wife, blah, 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 blah. Turned up. I was like, £1 million house. Turned up, and it was no bigger than my mum and dad's house. And I was like, £1 million for this.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the kitchens are like 50, 60 grand. And I'm, you know, I was learning, but obviously I was careful with it. So yeah, we did really well, and we stayed there for a bit. And then I said to my mate, I can't do this every day. I was driving St. Albans every day. An hour and 45 minutes was a good time if you know, that was a clear run on the motorway.
Yeah.
I said, it's getting too much, mate. It's just too much. I can't do it. I'm gonna have to try and find some work in Leicester. So I jumped on for another kitchen company, and we both went our separate ways. And so yeah, so now when you've got these, you know, 5, 6, 7 grand kitchens, a doddle compared to what I used to fit back in the, you know, a few years back.
What's in a fucking 60 grand kitchen? What'd you get?
Nothing. Not a lot, mate, to be honest. Just
I bet it's
better material.
Is everything just overpriced?
Not as such. It's just better. You get better products. It's not your MDF doors. It's proper, solid doors, been sprayed. But, you know, the proper, you know, people wouldn't pay for that in Leicester. Not many people anyway. It was all proper stuff. It was marble worktops, quartz worktop. Yeah. It was everything was the best it could be, you know. And
that's why you started picking up other skills.
That was just generally just carpentry. That was only kitchen fitting. They used an electrician, they used a plumber, and we were just doing the carpentry.
Okay.
And then 2015 came about, and my wife was well, she was not obviously part at the time, not my wife, but she became pregnant. And we were buying our first house, and I said, I'm going to need a regular job, because I was working for a kitchen company in Leicester, but I never knew when I was going to get paid. It was like, it might be this week, it might be next week. I thought that's not good enough when I've got a mortgage to pay for.
Yeah.
So I jumped on with a construction company down the road that my friends had worked for, subbing, and I went for an interview. They said, yep, love you. Yep, come in. And so I started off with them and stayed there for 5 years, subbing. And so obviously imagine on the sites with all the lads, plumbers, plasterers, everybody. And I'm not big in myself, but I pick up stuff quite quickly. So if I say to a plumber, let's have a go, it triggers quite well in my brain. Try and teach me anything else, maths, English, I'm terrible. Like, give me something physical, I can pick it up quite quick.
Yeah.
And that's how the multi-trade came in, and that's how I started to learn all that side of it.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed. It was a good 5 years to me. They were a great firm, but I always did my own stuff on weekends, or took time off, and still building my name up whilst working for them.
Yeah.
And then it came to, well, it must have been 5 years ago. The work dried up for them a little bit, and I just said, well, I'll take my own stuff on then, and it just never stopped.
So how do you advertise yourself now? Because obviously I've seen you do bedroom, kitchen, and bathrooms now. So what?
Yeah, I don't.
How do you get the work?
It's just
people just
word of mouth. Yeah.
So you get a word of mouth that you did someone's bedroom furniture, and they tell their mates, and you did someone's kitchen, and everything's just word of mouth, and people ring you.
Apart from social media, like I say, I get quite a few inquiries through Instagram, but most, I'd say 85% of it is word of mouth. Yeah. Actually, no, I'd say more like 90.
Yeah. Still the trusty in it. The trusty old way.
And the thing is, I built my Instagram up for more of a portfolio view, to be honest. And it was more of just so I could show people my work.
Yeah.
And then I did some work for an Instagrammer. I did a bathroom, and I didn't know her. I just got recommended for the bathroom. Did the bathroom. It was great. And because she was, her Instagram was her home account. So she was obviously always doing DIY in her house. So when I was doing her bathroom, she was in there painting it and doing stuff. So we became friends, and now we're always in contact with friends. And because she was doing her Instagram whilst I was there, I seen the different side of it, and I thought, maybe I should start doing a bit more with my Instagram, and instead of just putting a picture on every week, maybe start doing stories and then maybe talking to the people. And so I started doing it, and obviously it was hard at the time. I thought, what am I doing? I just started doing it and doing like a daily story, and I thought, and then after a while I thought, it's good because people watch them, and by the time I've gone to their house to price their job up, they feel like they know me because they've watched my Instagram stories for the past year or whatever.
Yeah.
So when you've gone around to price a job up, they feel like they know you. It's easier, and then chances are I'm going to get that job anyway because they want me. Because
yeah, I've said this before. Number one fucking advice for anyone: tradesmen. And you don't have to talk to camera, and I get that because I don't like doing that, and I don't do that. Just post your work on TikTok. Fuck Instagram. Fuck everything else because TikTok's so easy and there's that many people on there. Obviously, the other ones are good, but I always say TikTok.
Yeah.
Because you've turned up for that job, even if they haven't booked you through the app, they might have found you through the app because like fucking hell, Reece looks good and he's in Leicester. I've seen 10 of his jobs now and they're all spot on. But even if they haven't booked you through the app, by the time you turn up, you've already built trust with them. You've already built a reputation. They know your reputation. Absolutely. You haven't got to fucking convince them of anything. And then you're not risking coming across as like a fucking bullshitty tradesman who's like, oh yeah, I'll do this. Because they already know. They've seen what you can do. You don't have to try and sell them anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always tell lads to do that.
And with the stories that I do, I try and do them daily or whatever. So it's like an update so they can see the whole process of the bathroom.
Yeah.
So then they can see like from start to finish what I've actually done and go, well, he's done that right. That's right. That's right. So, why wouldn't we use it?
It works really well for trades. I consider doing it for me, right? So I wouldn't say it's a fear. I just don't think people want to see my fucking face on and talking. But I considered doing it, but then I'm like, it wouldn't work as well for me because what am I going to do? It's like, I'm sending a message to this customer about the order that I wanted, and now I'm ringing this guy about some fucking logistics question, and now I'm taking this parcel to the fucking UPS. And what a boring story to tell someone. It's nothing like a progress of a bathroom, is it?
Yeah.
It's like it's too boring. Saying. I need to find something else that's more fucking interesting.
You've got to find the niche in the market.
Why do you think you do? I haven't got to anything, but I don't know. I've thought about it a lot, and it's like if my advice to tradesmen, you shouldn't really take my advice because I'm full of shit, but it would be start a TikTok. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to talk to camera.
Yeah.
Just show the progress of your work, and you'll get followers by doing just that. And if you have got a bit of charisma like yourself, and you don't mind talking to camera, you'll get a bigger following, and people will get to know you. But just be careful doing that because if you're not good, that's your fucking name that you're putting out there.
Well, that's it. Absolutely.
So you've got to be good. So yeah, I was going to say that. Why do you think? Why do you think you really do social media? I know you said you wanted a portfolio, but the reason I'm asking is because I've got a theory. Why do you think you do it?
Originally, it was for work. Show portfolio, show that, and I think deep down, you get one life. You get one life, don't you? I don't want to be known as Reece the Tradesman my whole life. So if I can, in this day and age where it's all going and where everyone wants to be a gamer, everyone wants to be a TikToker these days. I want to have almost, if I can make this work, and if I can make a bit of money from it as a backup, why wouldn't I? So I'm not making any money from this at the minute, so don't think I am, because I'm not. But I feel like I need something as a backup, or if I can try and get better by just doing videos each day, why wouldn't I?
It's great when I see people documenting, because I'm like, do you know what? Even if no one follows this guy, he's documenting this job. He's learning himself. He's talking himself through this step by step. Even if no one watches these fucking videos, it's helping him anyway. But that's not the theory. So the theory is, right?
Okay. What, this theory for me personally, or
no,
or what?
No, in general.
Okay.
So it's the same. You could relate it to why I do this podcast as well, potentially.
Yeah. Okay.
So bear in mind what I said before. I'm full of shit. I talk. I talk a lot of crap, and I think of a lot of theories, and sometimes I'll talk out loud. So I think subconsciously, and I don't really work trade every day like yourself, but similarly to you and a lot of other trades, you're on your own a lot. Do you know what I mean? You're working by yourself a lot.
Yeah.
And even if you're happy with that, and I'll say to people, I love being on my own. I go to the fucking cinema on my own. I'm a loner. I just prefer my own company. But I think that's not really healthy. And subconsciously,
No.
same with some of the tradesmen who have to work by themselves. They have to teach themselves stuff. They have talking to themselves constantly, and if they're going to learn, it's up to them to do. And it's like a lonely thing. So you kind of subconsciously including other people in what you do. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like we were saying before, especially TikTok, because you like that lady I told you about. She was talking to people, but she wasn't. She was talking to a fucking phone. But she wasn't. She was talking like she knew that people were watching, and she was kind of having a conversation with them. And so I have phases, right? And it's hard to talk about this because it's not that bad, but I know some people suffer with mental health and what have you. So I have phases where I just lose all motivation completely, every now and again. And I don't know why.
I might have been there.
Yeah. And I don't know where it comes from. And I think it comes from I'm constantly on your own doing the fucking work, and I can feel it when it's coming. Like a few days before, I can feel it coming, and it's gonna happen, and you just lose all fucking motivation, and I do not know why. And I think sometimes I get myself out of it with something like completely mundane, like what. So I'll go to the warehouse and the boxes will be a mess because I haven't sorted the boxes out for a while, and there's a lot of empty boxes piling up or whatever. And I'll do something simple as break all the boxes down, tidy up, make everything tidy, take some things to the tip. And I think that simple task, because it had an end. Because your day-to-day, it might be different for you actually, because you get the satisfaction of completing something. But the day-to-day for a lot of people, there's no fucking end. It's just a grind, you know what I mean? And you've got no target to actually say, right, I'm going to do that. And when I've done that, it's finished. So I think by doing those little mundane jobs like tidying up or packing boxes up or doing something that seems simple, that can snap you back into fucking reality. You'd be like, and I think because your brain is like, I like that. I had a task and it got completed and great, I'm okay again now. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not on my own anymore. Obviously, I've got an apprenticeship now. Apprentice now.
Yeah.
I've had for probably a year and a half or so. But he even said to me last week, he's like, when he goes to college on a Friday, that's when I do most videos or a lot of videos because I'm on my own. He said, we'll sit there at lunchtime and just watch your videos because you do loads. Yeah. I'm like, I do actually, you're right. So maybe again, I am trying to seek for that someone to talk to or that talking to that audience. I totally get what you're saying.
Listen, it's bullshit. If someone can relate, that's great. But I talk a lot of shit, as I say. I think about things too much. So, how old's your apprentice?
19.
So, have you heard discussion? I always ask people about apprentices because I was an apprentice and you were an apprentice, and I try and stick up for them a little bit because they get a lot of shit. Apprentices do. I don't mean like. In general, people will say, oh yeah, young'uns, they're fucking lazy. And they're not. They're just younger than you. And you need to help them out.
We've all been there.
Yeah, exactly. We're all the fucking same. So especially you, right, with the phone. So the phone's a big complaint with young'uns. And that's only because you didn't have a fucking phone when you were younger, but whatever.
They're just...
How'd you deal with it?
When I was apprenticed.
How'd you deal with it?
Do you know what? He's all right. He's not bad. There's been a few times I've had to say... mate, come and put the phone away, mate. But he's all right. Is Joe what? The reason why he's been with me so long, it's just because he's a good lad. He's not like your typical. He ain't going out every week getting hammered. He's just a genuinely nice lad. He's got a good head on his shoulders. So yeah, he's not that bad. I can't slag him. There's been a few times I'd say, mate, come put your phone away. And if sometimes, because an apprentice, sometimes it might be stood there. I said, if you are standing there, at least watch so that you're learning that way. And if the phone might come out, but I'm like, you're not watching, mate, put the phone away. But no, he's all right. He's not like your typical. Yeah. It's not like I would have been when I was 19. I was out every weekend getting 2-3 times a week getting pissed. Right.
That's what I mean. I was a complete fucking idiot until I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Minimum. In my 20s, mid-20s.
I used to go out Thursday night, go out into town, go work the next day, like 2 hours sleep, still drunk, go work all day, go out Friday night. It's, it's none of that.
Yeah.
I can't fault him.
When I was an apprentice, so I was probably 17 because I spent 1 full year at college, so I was probably 17. And there was, remember student nights, so student nights was like a Monday, I think. And so I would go to work on a Tuesday, and I think I went 1 week. I'm pretty sure I had no sleep, and I just went work. And my boss was like, he could have sacked me on numerous occasions, but he was sound. And I think this is maybe why I have this attitude, because I got so many chances. And he was like, he sent me home, and I was fucked. Like, I couldn't. His office was up some stairs, and he was like, come in the office, and I could barely climb the fucking stairs before I even got there. He went, just go home. Tell me tomorrow. Like, all right, thanks. Yeah. But yeah, he was sound.
There's a few times we had the conversation with the manager. He's like, Reece, are you okay to work? Like, yeah, I'm all right. I'll get a cup of tea in me, I'll be fine. Like, literally still stinking of the alcohol from 3 hours before.
Yeah.
And because we had a bloke that was just on the panel saw all day. He had a massive pile of MDF, sheet of MDF, 8 foot by 4 foot. So dinner time, I'd go and lie on that, get half hour sleep, and then crack on after that. Oh, I can't even imagine doing that now. I think, I couldn't do it now. Oh my God, no. But that was just what we did, weren't it? That's just what you did. Like,
you just need good mentors to guide you through it. I think a lot of people now, they'd be like, oh, I've sacked him. He fucking went out last night and he was useless, so I just sacked him. And you're like, come on, give him a fucking chance. It's going to take you a year to get him even understanding what you're saying to him at the moment.
If not more. Yeah. So well, the thing is, this is the problem, because Nathan is obviously doing a carpentry apprenticeship, but because we do multi-trade, he's got a lot to remember. Do you know what I mean? So I've always said to him, for now, I'm not going to bombard you with all of it. You will literally just learn carpentry for now.
Yeah.
But down the line, I will teach you everything I know.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot to learn, but
just tell him who to follow on TikTok.
Yeah.
Listen, follow all these people and come back in 2 years.
Watch these carpenters. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he's all right. He's a good lad.
So, is he done his college? Is he with you full time?
No, he's doing it. He's full time with me, but he goes college every Friday.
And is that it? It's just you two?
Yeah, just us two.
What are you getting
for now?
When he finishes, so how do you work out paying him at the moment? Because this is something that a lot of people say, listen, I can't fucking afford to pay someone. I can only pay myself. So how do you work
that? I won't lie, it's tough.
Yeah.
When you got to try and find, another person's wages each month, it is tough, and it's probably the skinniest I've ever been. But it's just running a business. It's part and parcel of it. I suppose, because an apprentice isn't going to earn you money straight away.
Yeah,
it's a long term thing. It's not a short term. So I don't understand that, but as long as I keep telling myself it will come good, I'm hoping it does. But yeah, it is hard, and there's I think I've had to say a couple of times. I've had to say to him, look, mate, there's no overtime because I need to keep the wages down to a minimum and obviously at the minute, his second year, it was like, right, second year, now you got a pay rise, and then it was and there's another pay rise because everyone's the minimum wage has gone up, so there was another pay rise, and I was thinking, oh my God, how am I going to find this extra money like each month? But I am at the minute, and I'm hoping it will keep going. And it's tough. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very, very tough.
Yeah,
but it's a long-term thing.
Yeah, well, hopefully he finishes and then becomes a proper partner for you, and then you're laughing.
No, this is it.
Or you can just retire and send him doing stuff.
I've given myself a goal. By the time I'm 40, I want to be doing 4 days a week, and that is it. I want be able to, and that's the part of I'm not done this just to keep him in work. I have done that because I like him, but also I've done it for me. I want to be able to have an easier life by having someone that can do the work that I can do.
Yeah, really tricky, innit? I think the government needs to get involved because I won't even say it again. We've said it multiple times on the podcast. It's not fair to ask a small business or a sole trader to take that risk. Because you're taking a risk at the moment. You're risking training him up
massively
to hope when he knows what he's doing, he stays with you. Because there's no fucking guarantee that he will.
Nope.
So
the first thing I was told when you do your apprenticeship is get your apprenticeship, move on. That's the first thing you get told. But it genuinely is, and everybody and all the companies I've done work for, their apprentices was always gets told move on, and the thing is, these big companies don't tend to look after them. Whereas I've said to Nate, I was like, mate, listen, I want you to be with me for as long as I can physically keep you, because I want us to be a partnership. I want us both to grow. Do you know what I mean? I want us to keep going, and I'm not just going to take you on for then me to sit at home every day just so earn money for you. I want us to be together as a team. You know, that's how I want it to be, and I'll pay you the going rate if as long as you can do it. Obviously, I'm not going to keep you on the minimum wage just because I'm a businessman. I'll pay you what you're worth. Simple as that.
Yeah. And I think
so. It is tricky. It is very tricky.
Yeah, you've got a much better chance of keeping him, I think, because of the relationship. But companies are fucked because companies will just pay the minimum possible.
Yeah,
and that is a genuinely good. It's a good way of getting a pay rise. Move, and that's
exactly it.
At any age.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, you might not be able to do it, but the company you're going to go to don't know that you can't do it.
No.
So you can go and demand more money.
Yeah.
Just blag your way through it.
Yeah. Just get good at doing interviews.
Yeah,
stay there for a couple of years, move on. You see it loads. You see people, and you're like, how the fuck has this person got this job and he's on like twice as much as me? And it's like, because mate, you stayed here. You're not going to get a pay rise 100%. By staying here, because they just don't have to give you one. And when they need someone, they have to pay over the odds. And unfortunately, sometimes they're not very good at recruiting, and they recruit fucking idiots. And he ends up with more money.
But they'll get caught out eventually, though. They
just keep moving. They just move to the next one. They're good at interviews because they move that much.
Whereas I'm not stupid enough to realise, I know that, so which is why I know I'll have to keep on top of that to make sure he stays and make sure that he's happy staying with me.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right, because obviously he'll be compensated, won't he? And there might be a point where you might have to like literally partner with him at some point to stop him from doing his own thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to stop him.
Yeah, absolutely.
It rewards him, and you're like, listen, we're partners now.
Yeah.
You're going to earn as much money as if you went on your own.
You've got to give him an incentive, It's maybe say to him, like, on this job, we'll get you price work, mate. So smash it out. You earn some more. Give him it is tough, and there's nothing stopping him from moving on, or any apprentice from moving on.
Yeah.
But when it's just, like I say, just me on my own, it's more of mates. Do you know what I mean? I want to try and be mates as well as colleagues, and it is tough.
Well, there's more trust involved, isn't there? Because it's just you two. Yeah. When it's a company, when it's a company, you need to trust HR, and you're like, that's not fucking happening, because they're not there to help you. No. So that's your goal, right? 4 days a week, by the time you're 40. What about? I've
got other stuff in the pipeline that I want. Yeah. I'm hoping. It's been going on for 3 years. I have a second business that I want to set up, which will hopefully make me be able to do 4 days a week. But it's been going on for a while, and I'm just hoping it's coming to the end now. We'll see.
Is it something you're doing in the background? Like
yes, yeah.
Do you know what? I've talked about someone about this as well myself. So I've been working on something, not a business. It's just something. Fucking for about 6 months now, and I was saying, like, do you know what? If I haven't got to do this particular thing, it's just something that when it's done, it'll be cool. But if I had to do it, this is the way my brain works. If I had to do it, and there was a deadline for it, it'd be done by now. So whatever you're doing in the background, is it 3 years because you've just been chipping away at it, or 3 years? It's genuinely had to take that long.
It's basically, I'll tell you what it is. I'm doing my own safety footwear. So with me, obviously, as a tradesman, and I don't want to wear big clumpy boots in people's houses. And my dad is a shoe designer,
All right.
He teaches shoe design. I just said to him one day, I said, I'm sick of wearing boots, and I'll wear trainers to people's houses, but then there's no protection in my feet.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do my own. He went, let's do it. I said, okay. So I showed him how I wanted to look. He drew them up. We had some contacts in India that made us some. They sent it. Well, my dad was teaching his son, and he was like, "Oh, my dad's got a factory in India." So he did his son. Sent us some prototypes. They came back. Bearing in mind the first ones were absolutely horrendous. We're like, "What on earth are these? That's not what we've drawn." Finally got to what we wanted. So we did a wear trial, and they fell to bits within 2 weeks. And I was like, this is not good. So then we found another factory. They built us some. The quality of them was good. But they didn't make what we drawn. I was like, that's not what we asked for. Can you now make us what we asked for? No, we're not doing that. I was like, what? So then we had another factory in India. So that was the third one. That didn't work. So now we're on to a factory in China, and they have sent me a prototype which I've worn. They worn really well on the wear trial. But then I started thinking, well, this has been going on 3 years now. This style I wanted 3 years ago. I've got to change the style. So then I've changed the style slightly, and now they are in the process of making these for me. Hopefully, we'll have them very soon. Oh. So it's an ongoing process. It's taken ages just for the fact that we're just waiting for them to be built.
I've tried every fucking pair of safety shoes going. And I wanted trainers, and I've tried all sorts. And I always end up wearing Nike Air Max.
The trainers on the market are horrendous. They're rubbish.
They're never comfortable, are they? They're just never.
They're not what? Yeah. So mine look like trainers. They look like proper trainers. So I'm just waiting for them, the new ones with the new designs to come through. I'm hoping they come through ASAP. So, and then as soon as they come, we'll trial them out for a few weeks, make sure they last, and then we'll hopefully put an order in.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's something I wanted to do in the back.
I'll definitely buy some, mate. If you're making trainer safety shoes that are comfortable, I'm in. I'll buy them.
Mate, go. I've got an Instagram for it.
Have you?
You can see. It's not. I never put on it anymore, because we're still waiting. So there ain't many followers, but yeah, Phoenix Footwear. But we're slowly getting there, and I'm determined to make it work. It's it's basically my pension. That's basically it. It's something,
Yeah. Wow.
So and I'll tell you that the name, it was in 2018 we lost our son. He was just born too early, basically. So, and when I decided to do the shoe thing, I thought, what could I call him? I thought, well, there's only one thing I can call it. Phoenix, because that was his name. So I was like, it's Phoenix Footwear, and that's how it all came about. And that's why I'm determined to make this work, because I want it to carry on. I want his name to be there, and so it's I'm determined to make it work. It's a long, lengthy process, but I will get there.
That's really nice, mate.
And I'll make it work.
I'm sorry to hear that, but that's a really nice thing.
That's all good.
I hope it does work. I'll help you if I can.
Me too.
I always say to people, right, they'll give me an idea, and I'll say, yeah, I'll help you. Like I'm some fucking bigwig or something. Like I'll do whatever I can, whatever I personally can do. I'll help you out.
When I get them and I've got them sorted, I'll send you a pair, mate. You can have them. You can show me out. You can put them on your TikTok or whatever. Give me some reviews on it.
I've got no clout. I've got no followers. I'm just some fucking idiot.
I'm not bothered.
I'll have them, like.
Yeah, I'll send you a pair.
So
that's my plan anyway. That's me backup, and I'm hoping it comes through.
That's like the ultimate of using all your contacts in it. So your dad's a designer, and he taught a guy that had a factory, and then you've used that factory to get a link to the next factory, and it's
it stops.
Good experience. Made all the mistakes, and brilliant.
Yeah. So it's a lengthy process, mate, but hopefully one day we'll see.
That's brilliant, mate. So that's what determined. You do. Is that what you're doing on your day off then, when you want to do 4 days a week?
Well, that'll be the missus' job, to be honest. That'll be she can send out any orders and do all that, and
Yeah,
We'll see.
I've said this before as well. I think it's possible to run more than one business. It is.
Of course it is. Yeah.
It's
Well, it's when you got them, it's just a case of shipping them out, isn't
you know,
it?
it's harder for trades, especially when you're on the tools, because you literally have to fucking do stuff all day with your hands. You have to be there. But if can't remember I think it might have been Adam. If you take advantage of technology that's available, so there's things like like you don't have to employ people. Like your old man's clearly your designer, but you don't have to employ a designer. It might take you a while to find one that's a good one that suits you, but they're available. The gig economy, they're there. They're in every country in the world, and they won't all be perfect, but when you found one, that's it. That's your designer. That's your employee. Yeah. You just have to pay them every time they do something. You don't have to pay them every day, whether they do something or not. And it goes the same with logistics. If you want to store something somewhere, you don't need to buy a warehouse. There'll be a warehouse that does all that shit. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And you only pay them when they touch something. So it's possible to be very fucking streamlined and run more than one business from any way you want, from your fucking phone. My office is my phone, right? Because people often say, "Where's your office?" And actually, if you open a business during a pandemic, your head office is your fucking house because you've got no option. That's your registered business address. But my office is literally wherever I am. It's my phone because I've got everything on there that I'll need.
Yep.
So yeah, there's ways to do it, mate. Streamline yourself. I hope it works out for you.
Me too. I need a backup plan, so I can't be doing this forever.
Well, you never know. You never know, right? So that shoe thing, which I'm sure it'll be great, that might work its way into something else. And I don't know what it is, but things happen. It's weird. You might end up, I don't know. I'd be completely making something up, but might not necessarily be shoes that works for you, but it might be something related to it. So as long as you just keep fucking chipping away at it, something else will spring out of it, possibly. Or the shoes will work. Great. Fucking brilliant. What about, did you say you were manager for your kids' football team as well, outside work?
Yeah, I manage my son's under-8 football, yeah. So 6 days a week of work. And I run a team.
Well, yeah, that's another thing that you're a difficult man to pin down because you're fucking football training.
Absolutely.
Working, football training, fucking football match.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What's that like?
Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
How long have you been doing it?
It's first season. So last season it was at another team, and I ended up getting into being the ref all the time, getting asked to be the ref, and then they asked me to do some helping at training. And I just said to the missus, everyone thinks their son's amazing, don't they? But he was genuinely too good to be in that team. So I said, look, I'm going to do my own. She said, do it. So I said, okay. So I made a few phone calls, found a club that needed an under-8 football team. I didn't take them. But one of the parents said, what, you leaving? I went, yeah, I'm setting my own team up. He's like, we're coming. I was like, okay. So 2 kids come along, and then we got 2 of my son's other friends from school. That gave us 5 players, and then we just recruited more in. And it's I enjoy it.
Wow,
I've been on the level 1 coaching course. Yeah,
you don't just manage them. You've started it from the ground up from 1 player.
Literally, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Made a team, and then did my level 1 coaching, and so gone back to my Loughborough days of coaching at school. Now I'm actually using that and running a team.
Yeah, it comes back around, doesn't it, mate?
It's good. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I do really enjoy it. And you know what? I said to one of my friends the other week, who's a carpenter as well and works loads of time, and he had a stroke. He's only my age, he's only 35. He had a stroke, and I said to him, "Listen, mate, you can't play rugby anymore. So why don't you get into coaching?" I said, because it keeps you active in that sport. You're doing something with your son.
Yeah.
And also it gives you an excuse not to work. Because sometimes you need an excuse not to work. It's too easy to go to work 7 days a week when you're a tradie. Sometimes you need that reason not to. Obviously, having a family is a reason, obviously. But with me, when I'm doing something like that, I'm all in. So there's no way I'm missing a training session. There's no way I'm missing a game unless I really, really have to. So if you said you go after work, well, no, I'm sorry, I can't work. So I've got a football match. I'm not coming. So it helped me that sense as well.
Yeah, I still haven't got a hobby.
It helped me to say no.
Talking to Martin about this. I haven't got a fucking... I need a hobby. Like, I need something.
Yeah.
This is it. This is my hobby.
It's good. It's good for you. It's good for you. Yeah? Well, there we go then. You know?
No,
and it's
not
also
really.
a business idea. No?
Well, I'd like it to pay for itself. That's a good goal. It doesn't even pay for itself at the moment. But it is a hobby, and it is getting away from work. We're talking about work a lot, aren't we? But it's in the exact same places where I spend most of my time, so it's not really getting away from stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I need to get out, and like, I don't know what I can't. My problem is, right, can't afford to get injured. I used to enjoy boxing training. Yeah, I'm not a fighter in the slightest, but I loved it because it got you fit, like super fit.
Yeah,
but
the
problem is, you get slightly good at it. You get a little bit good at it, and they start saying, "Do you
do you want to fight?"
Yeah. Like, no, I don't want to fight. I'm not a fighter.
I did kickboxing and boxing. Yeah, I did kickboxing and boxing. It was like, do you want us to do some sparring? No, absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
I want to hit a bag and that is it.
Yeah, exactly. I got punched in the fucking ribs once, mate. It didn't break a rib or anything, but it did not heal for like months, like a bruised rib or something. Oh, mate, it just took forever to heal. I was like, what am I doing? I was in my 30s. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Fuck this. Just try. All I want to do is keep fit.
I used to do the boxing, and it was like you go 1 week, do some body sparring only, then you get injured, then you couldn't go back for 3 weeks, then you go back again, then you get injured again. It's like spending more time off than going. But the reason, another reason why I set the football up is because I got injured playing football. Probably, 3 years ago, I did my ACL. I thought, well, that's me. That's my football days are over now. So I can now do my football through my son and still involved in it, even though I'm not playing now. It's kind of
you did well last that long, mate.
I know. I had a long time out. I had a long time out, mate. I stopped football when I was 15. Went into rugby. Did rugby for 5 years, and then that was it. I had nothing.
Wow.
Did a bit of five-a-side with friends. I got back. I tell you what, I dug my boots out to get to play 11-a-side football. Well, I would have been about 31 or something like that. I got asked to play for when we lost Phoenix. I got asked to play for a charity team called SANDS, which stands for Stillbirth and Neonatal Death. They're well known all over the UK. And so I messaged them and said, "Oh, I see that you've got a football team. I've been through something similar." They said, "Come down. It's just a group of dads that have all lost children. We'll just play football and have a good time." I was like, "Yeah, okay, that sounds good." So I went down, started training with them, and then we're like, "Right, we do Sunday league." And I was like, "Okay, right, okay, yeah, get a go." So I did a season with them. And then the second season started, and I was playing against a team that I'd made my debut with, and I scored 2 goals. So I said to my manager, I was like, "Mate, put me on the second half, because when I played for my first game, you put me on second half, and I scored 2 goals. Put me on the second half." "No, Reece, I need you to play. I need you to start." I was like, "Okay, fine." So within 5 minutes, I thought, something don't feel right. This just doesn't feel right. Something don't feel. I was like, "Mate, take me off. Something don't feel right." "No, you can't. You got to play." I said, "Right, okay." Got the ball on the halfway, went to turn. Someone's come in, absolutely clattered me. ACL, done. I'm out. And I was on the floor. I thought I broke my leg because the pain was that bad. And I was like, oh my God. So I had to ring my missus. I got dragged off the pitch. I rang my missus. I was like, "I can't drive home. You're going to have to come and collect me. I physically can't move my leg." So, and this was I think this would have been near to lockdown times, because I couldn't get into any doctors, or I went to A&E and they went, yeah, give it a couple of weeks, say get on. I'm like, I can't move my leg. Like, X-rays didn't show anything, no breaks. There's no breaks. So I was like, yeah, just come back in 2 weeks. I was like, what? And then that next day we went to Weymouth on holiday. So I'm on crutches on holiday, can barely move my leg. I ended up paying private to go just to get seen quicker, because I needed to go to work to earn money. I was self-employed.
Yeah.
So I had to pay the private to see a doctor. Then I had to go and pay for an MRI to get that fixed. And then, a tear your ACL. You don't need an operation, but we can manage it with physio. So I had to pay for physio just to get it done quicker. And this was all through Zoom call because you weren't allowed in because of COVID. Jesus. And I was like, I'm paying £70 for a Zoom call. I was like, so I did a few of those. And then I said to the bloke, I said, listen, mate, I'm not paying for no more Zoom calls. I said, everything you're telling me I can do on YouTube. He said, look, I'll get you in. So I went in for a few times and then I thought, forget it. So I joined at the gym. I'm going right back to the gym and just did it all myself. Wow. It still gives me jip these days, to be honest, but that's how I got back into football. Yeah.
I bet it fucking does. The NHS is useless. It's like, it does my head in how bad it is. Like, I've had similar experiences. It's wrong, really. It's not the people's fault who work there either. It's just the system shit. Try and get a doctor's appointment for anything.
You have to plan your illness, don't you?
Listen to this, right? My missus rang the doctor the other day. I won't tell you what. Of course I won't tell you. Of course I won't tell you what she said. To know that. But she rang the doctor, and our doctor is fucking useless. Or not the doctor himself, but the place, the surgery. You can never get an appointment. You haven't been able to get an appointment for years, even when other places weren't weren't shit as well. Anyway, she rang and she said to the receptionist, can I get an appointment? She's like, yeah, and sometimes the receptionist will say, what's wrong with you? Yeah. And I hate that anyway. I was like,
I want to tell the doctor, not you.
Yeah, and that's why I say, well, I don't want to tell you what's wrong with me. Can I just get... Anyway, so she told her. But then my missus said, and another thing. And she went, oh no, you can only have one thing. It's just like, what? You can only have one thing wrong with you can only have one.
The same as that.
What the fuck? Yeah. You can't have two things. So she can go to the doctors, but only ask him about one thing, even though she's got two things wrong. Same.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
It's fucking funny.
Yeah, you need to book another appointment for that second illness that you got. All right, okay.
Honestly, mate, a lot of the time,
it's nuts.
With doctors, right? I think they have it. They obviously they have loads and loads of appointments to deal with, but my personal experience with my stuff is they have it easy with people like me and like you, because we either heal before we get to see them, so there's nothing wrong with us, or we're that bad we have to go to the hospital, so they still don't have to see us. They're the only two options a lot of the time with doctors. It's like fucking they're that busy all the time.
It seems like whenever I have to go to doctors, there's always a student nurse or a student doctor. I've still got to learn, which is fine. But I'm like, I went in once, and I had a bit of a lump on my ball sack, So I went in. I thought, I'm gonna have to get it checked out. So I got into a doctor, and he said, "Oh, we've got the student nurse here. Is that okay?" I went, "Okay," and it's a young girl, and he's like, "So what's wrong with you then?" I went, "I've got a bad back." And he's like, "Oh, okay," and I thought, "There's no way I'm getting my bollock out right now." So I had to pretend I had a bad back, but to be fair, I did. It was bad. So yeah, he's like, "Yeah, just take some paracetamol for the next few days." I was like, "Okay, mate, see you a bit." So I thought, no chance of my getting my balls out to a nurse, no way.
Yeah.
Anyway, look where it went. I was all right. It was nuts.
Yeah, I've done it before. Not to nurses though, to actual doctors. It's embarrassing. They're not bothered though, mate. They've seen it all.
Nah, I've seen it all before, haven't they?
Even the nurse, a new nurse, she's seen fucking way worse. Guarantee you.
100%. I've always seen small. Well, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the joys.
So yeah, we got to that because the point I was making is the hobbies that I've done in the past I can't do now, football and stuff, because I can't get injured. I can't be injured.
Obviously, there's insurance and stuff, isn't there? But they ain't going to be cheap, and are they worth it? I don't know.
Even insurance, right? So that's like monetary, so you might get some cover. I can't be injured. If I'm not able to work, the business just stops fucking going. That's it.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's like, obviously I've got, like I say, I take advantage of technology, so I've got third-party logistics and various things that are automated and what have you. But if I'm not working, business doesn't happen. That's it. And I don't know what I would do, so I can't take any risks with anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, what hobby can I do? don't know.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in hobbies, though. Even if it's just going to the gym, if it's just something like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's quite.
I definitely should do some exercise, even just a walk.
Well, it's good.
I don't do.
I had a long time off the gym, and I've always done the gym, but I had a bit of a time off, and mentally, didn't suffer. I weren't bad, but I felt like I needed to go back, Joe, just for that 1 hour to myself, headphones in, music blaring. And that's just that 1 hour for me for the day. I ain't got to think about work. I ain't got to think about anything. Yeah. And so that's the reason why I went back. Yeah, to get back in shape, but to mental reasons, like not like on the end of committing suicide or anything like that. But I just think it helps just to
100%,
have that bit of...
So you know the story I told you earlier about every now and again I just lose all motivation. So I speak to other people about that, and they say go do some exercise. Like, it sounds like shit advice, but it's
it massively helps.
Do some exercise and drink more water, whatever. But it is good advice. Loads of people who I know have said to me, "Listen, I go to the gym or I go for a run or whatever, and it really helps me out to the point where when they don't do it, they start mentally feeling depressed or whatever anxiety, whatever their issues are. They start feeling it immediately." Because they're now addicted to exercise, which is not a bad thing to be addicted to, I suppose.
No, absolutely not. No, obviously when you're running a business, I found it really tough when I just took Nathan on. Obviously, then I went into limited company and all this, and I'm like, shit, I've got to try and find extra money each month to pay for somebody else, and keep myself afloat. Yeah, it was a struggle, and so I went back to the gym and. It massively helps. So I'll go gym in the morning before work. That's the only time I get to go. So and it helps me out massively.
Yeah, I'm a bugger as well because I don't do anything, but I know. So I'll say to other people, if I just go for a long walk, which I never fucking do, very rarely. I know if I did it, I'll have loads of ideas while I'm out walking.
There you go. Yeah.
I know I will, but I just never do it because I just get.
Buy a dog. Buy a dog, that'll make you walk.
Well, yeah. My kids really want a dog, but then...
There we go then, sorted.
Yeah. I've always got excuses for everything, though. So I was like, listen, I love dogs. I've always had dogs.
Who's picking the shit up, though?
My excuses are it wouldn't be fair, because we wouldn't look after it properly. Because,
right.
I'm working all the time. People aren't in. Yeah. But I grew up with dogs, and we managed it, and they were looked after, so might be just an excuse that I'm using because I don't want to fork any fucking money out. I
grew up with 2 Alsatians. They were
Alsatians.
Love them. Yeah, I had 2. We always had 2. Always had 2. Love them. So for me, a dog. If we're gonna have a dog, it's got to be a dog. Like, I don't want no chihuahuas or.
I was having this conversation the other night.
Get a dog.
Yeah, I was having this conversation the other night, and my missus was like, "Why can't we have a?" I don't know. She was making names. I swear she was making them up. A cockapoo or what? Toy poodle. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. So listen, we can have a dog, right?
Do you think?
But we're having the number one. We're top of the list is Staffy Bull because that's what I always had, and I love them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be one of them. We can have Alsatian, a border collie, or something. Either intelligent or that will protect. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
One or the other, or both. I don't even, them little things, not even dogs. In my eyes, they're like accessories.
If you think I'm walking a chihuahua, no chance. You wouldn't catch me dead.
They don't want to.
No way am I walking one of them.
They don't want to go for walks.
I used to, when we moved from our previous house to where I grew up, well, when I was 10, I used to walk them on my own, 2 Alsatians. And I'm like, I used to love them, but you think I'm walking a chihuahua or no, not a chance am I walking one of them. I'd rather have a cat.
Yeah. So, what are we talking about? Dogs? Oh, yeah, hobbies.
Nice.
Hobbies, yeah.
Yeah, get yourself a dog. It'll make you walk. Job done.
Yeah. It's a good idea. We'll probably well get one, to be honest. We've talked about it for long enough. So, yeah, we're on about outside of work, weren't we? So, what do you see TikTok as like a hobby for you or a genuine Not just TikTok, social media, because I know you're on a few different things, aren't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a hobby. I enjoy doing it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. But it's definitely, I'd say it's more of a job than a hobby, to be honest.
Is that, yeah? That's the question. Is that what you see?
I don't know.
Do you feel like you have to make a video? Because this is what caught Sam out. Professor Plum.
No, I don't feel like I have to, because there's some stages where I go through where I've not done anything for a few weeks.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
fine.
I just think, right, it's mainly when I'm mega busy, when I think I ain't got time for this, I'll leave it.
Yeah.
And then when work's slowed up or when work's got a bit easier, I can manage it, then I'll go, right, today we're going to do some videos, let's do this and this. Yeah. And I enjoy it. I enjoy doing the videos, but I'm not too fussed if I don't make one. Like,
yeah.
But there might be times where I make 2-3 in a day.
Yeah, that's good.
No, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it.
It's good in my opinion, but the fucking social media gurus will be saying, no, make sure you make a video every single day on every single platform.
That's not me.
But yeah, that's people who want to be social media influencers or...
Your wife's trying to sneak in the room. Huh? Okay, hold on, yeah.
Are you in the bedroom?
Wait 1 minute. Yeah, I can move rooms. I was a bit worried about the echoes.
No, we can wrap up, mate. If you're in your missus's bedroom, bloody hell.
I can move rooms, mate. It doesn't matter. I can literally move to another room. It doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
If you want. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. We can finish it off. Finish it off in another room.
Fine. I only came in the bedroom.
Do you know what though?
The echo.
Yeah, that's
what you said.
My missus goes bed about 9, so she'd be going fucking crazy if I was making her stay up this late.
Well, hold on, let me just move all this stuff then, mate. No, she's been work, to be honest, so she got in about 9:30.
Bloody hell.
There we go, back.
I'm going to leave some of that in, because...
yeah, because I'm bothered, mate. What?
Relocated to the kitchen because his missus wanted to go to bed.
Get out of my fucking bedroom.
Yeah, I can't believe that my missus would fucking kill me, because my missus goes to bed early, like she gets up early, to be fair to her. She goes to work, but no way she would last about till 10:30 this on what day are we on?
I'm guessing she's in bed now then.
Yeah, she goes to bed early most days. Maybe on a Friday she'll say she's going to stop up and watch a film and then fall asleep while it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's fair. We're not late bedders, but 10, 10:30, that's about normal. 11.
Yeah. Mate, I'm way after that. When we finish this, I'll go downstairs and do my normal routine, have a cup of tea and watch something. But
mate, I'd love a cup of tea, but we ain't got a kettle at the minute.
So what were we on? Oh, we're on social media, weren't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't see it as a job. You see it as a job, but you don't feel like you.
It's not. I don't feel like it's a job. I feel like I enjoy doing it. I like doing it. But now I do it because, like I said earlier, I'm trying to. How to explain it? I don't want to be a chippy like when I'm till 65, 70. Like, my dad had a painter around the house one day and he's 72 years old. I'm like, what on earth are you doing? Like, I want it to be, if I can make an extra income from it, if I can build myself up I'm not at that stage yet, but if I can build myself up in a few years' time to even drop a day's work because I can earn some money by doing something on TikTok, something on Instagram, then why the hell not?
Yeah.
You know, I'm always thinking for the future, and like say with the shoes and, you know, if I can do something where I haven't got to physically go out my house to work, so I can spend time with my kids and my family, that's what I do. That's why I do it.
Yeah. Listen, there's a lot of people. This country's weird. I've said it on nearly every single podcast. In this country, if someone's earning money off TikTok, OnlyFans, whatever, it gets frowned upon. I'm like, why?
Mental. No.
It's a genuine way of making money. No, personally, I don't like when someone is just an influencer and they'll just do fucking anything for anything.
Yeah.
But that's just me, because guess what? That person's making money. Somebody likes it, and leave them alone. That's their job now. So I always say to like people like yourself who you're comfortable in front of the camera, yeah, why not? Keep fucking doing it. Yeah. And if you can figure out a way of making money out of it, great. Happy days. Yeah. The other thing is, if you keep doing things like that, so all these things that you're doing, and this is what pisses me off about not having a hobby, because nothing's going to drop on my lap. Things tend to happen. Do you know, like, if you keep making those videos, you might not end up making money from the videos, but you have pick some skills up or get some contacts or do something will happen somewhere, and you just have to, when the opportunity presents itself, you have to just take it. That's the same thing with the shoes I was on about. Even if the shoes never works, you're building up so much experience in that area now, so you'll have contacts, you know how to do something, you know how to get something done with design and fucking factory and blah blah blah. Something will present itself, but you never know what's around the corner, do you? You just don't know what it's going to be, exactly. So yeah.
I think there's a lot of people are in the trade, and a lot of them are too proud to say, "Oh yeah, I made money from doing a TikTok video," or they want to make more money by doing the trade, which they learn, which is fair enough. 100%, I understand, totally get that. But if I can make another living by doing just something like this, why not? Like, if I was a woman, I'd 100% do OnlyFans. I'm not even ashamed to say it. Like,
OnlyFans is a funny one, isn't it? Because everyone presumes, OnlyFans, you're doing porn or whatever. And a lot of people are, but
not all of them.
The thing with anything like that, right? the thing with anything like that, right? I'm not on it, but I wouldn't be ashamed of saying I was, because whatever. But and it's not just OnlyFans. It's not. So I used to say this about people who did or didn't want the vaccine. It's a non-discussion. It isn't even a discussion, because same as OnlyFans, the only person that fucking it matters to is that person. Yeah. If that person's comfortable and happy, and whatever they're doing or whatever choice they've decided to make, that's it. That's all that fucking matters. Doesn't matter what a dickhead on TikTok thinks. So I follow someone at the moment who's a trade, but she's started an OnlyFans recently, and she gets a lot of stick for it, and I'm like, and she responds, and I'm like, just don't respond. It doesn't matter what. It literally doesn't matter what they think. And actually, I want to speak to her because I think she might be being clever about it. So by responding, she's actually drawing attention to it. Do you know what I mean?
All publicity is good publicity.
So it's like, and I bet it's the people that are giving a stick are actually looking for a fucking photo. So I wonder what she looks like.
100%. Of course they are.
If that person's comfortable and happy, that is it. Yeah. Doesn't matter about anything else. Doesn't matter. So when are you starting one?
I'd start one tomorrow, mate. If I had a great pair of knockers, I would be on it tomorrow.
Listen, somebody somewhere will want to pay for your content.
Nice, skinny pants.
Yeah, believe it or not, they will.
It probably is, mate, but I wouldn't. Oh, Jesus.
Do it. I wouldn't.
I'm all for it. Like, if you can make money by just doing something like a foot picture, or why not?
Yeah, exactly. Go for it.
Nice feet, and someone wants to buy a picture of them, sell it.
Yeah, it's a job, isn't it? Not doing anything wrong.
Definitely.
I think we've more or less covered everything, mate. So what I always ask everybody is you're one of the ones that I ask for. There's 2 different questions. So advice for anybody wanting to, actually 3 for you. So anybody wanting to get into carpentry, anybody considering multi-trade, would you advise them to get a trade before they start multi-trade, or is that something that you think actually you could probably go for it?
Well, I obviously started in a trade first, then learned multi-trade. I think the way that I'm teaching my apprentice is learn one trade first. He's touching on some other trades, but the easy stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to frazzle his mind. So I would probably say get one trade first. Then once you know what you're doing with that trade, then start introducing other trades slowly.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to frazzle your mind.
Yeah.
You don't want to frazzle your brain.
I think you get the fundamentals as well, don't you? So you learn the basics of a particular set of skills. I did it with engineering, so I did this thing called basic engineering training. And everything that I learned on that at the beginning, never really did it again. But it gave you the fundamentals of that area of working, so you'd understand things going forward. So,
which is what any college does to us. Like Nathan's college ain't great. It's quite bad, to be honest. But what you learn in college is the basics, and then you've got to almost think for yourself when you come to do that job on site. It's like, well, that's what we did at college. So if I just do it similar, it's the fundamentals.
And even the fundamentals from a different trade would help you out. So if you go from carpentry to tiling, you've got you've already got the technical mind. You can measure stuff. You can work angles out. You can cut stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's not the same, but
of course,
but it almost is. You've got the fundamentals of it. So, and then the third thing, social media. I like the way you approach it. Actually, you see it as a job, but you don't force yourself to do it.
Yeah.
So you're not putting yourself under any pressure. But if anybody, I would say tradesmen, what would you advise them to do? My advice is just do fucking TikTok and forget everything else for a while.
Yeah. Well, I only do TikTok and Instagram.
Right.
I have got a Facebook, but I never touch it. I've not touched it for ages. I'd say do it. Definitely do it, because it's a great, even if it's to show customers your work. Because who carries a portfolio around them these days? You used to, but probably back in the day, you used to have an A4 folder. Here's all my work. Do you know what I mean? But now it's like, oh yeah, just go on my Instagram. Here's all my work.
Really? Did people used to have A4 folders of all the work in?
Well, I don't know, but I'm guessing they did.
I don't know. I've never seen that before.
I would show you work if not.
Word of mouth, wasn't it? That was it. That was all it was.
Yeah.
Word of mouth. That'd be a fucking hilarious if the plumber turned up.
So I would say,
have you seen these previous jobs that I've done? Could be fucking, could be anyone.
Here's my folder.
Yeah. So that's why social media is really good.
Yeah, I'd say go for it.
Yeah. It really is yours, isn't it?
Touch of a button, all your work's there.
Yeah.
And you can do as much or as little as you want on it. You know, if you want to do stories day in, day out, reels all day, you can do it, you know.
Yeah.
But if you feel at any stage you don't enjoy it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. I always ask people.
It can get a bit too much. I must admit. Sometimes you think, if you're not careful, you can get into a bit of a rut and think, oh shit, I'm not doing a video today. I've got to do a video. Then you just put shit out for the sake of it. Then it's not fun, and the people probably don't want to see that because it's not been fun.
Not natural anymore, is it? I think
it's not natural. Yeah,
I think the apps put people under pressure. So like I was saying earlier, people learn what they have to do to get more views or whatever, and they start getting stressed about it. But they've actually got good knowledge. Like if I post at a particular time, if I do a particular thing, and the apps they actually give out. I don't know have you ever seen this? I only found this out by following someone who talks about these things. The apps give out information to the more influential creators, as they call them, and they'll say things to them like, make sure you post twice a day, make sure you do 3 times a day or whatever it is. Instagram's puts people under pressure massively to only edit within Instagram, otherwise your video won't be seen as much. Don't post a photo. Don't post a video from TikTok onto Instagram, otherwise it won't get seen as much. Don't use any of the editing programs. Make sure you edit. And so the people who use Instagram a lot, they're kicking off because they're like, well, editing on Instagram is shit. So how am I supposed to make good videos if you only want me to edit on Instagram? But apparently they're trying to funnel everyone through only Instagram, or keep people there who are already there, and eventually they'll make everything better for them. And it's a good way of trapping people, I suppose.
Is that stuff actually true, or is that just what people are saying?
No, it's true. Yeah. So follow someone who said it all, and then I read about it. Instagram actually publish it. You can go onto Instagram's website and see all that I've fucking paraphrased loads there, but there's a big list of things that you're supposed to do to get more views, and that is
if you're editing through like InShot or whatever, you can't.
Yeah, they don't like it.
No. Oh.
It'll still get views, but you'll get more views if you do it on their app. I guess
I find TikTok's editing better, to be honest, than Instagram's.
Yeah, I've never used either of them. I use InShot. That's it.
Yeah, well, I now have gone to InShot. I started doing it on InShot now.
Yeah. I also read that TikTok will punish you for not using their, and I was like, because remember the video was 0 views. It made me read why the fuck have I got 0 views? And that was one of the reasons. Maybe you've not edited. I don't know why they force you to do that.
I don't think
they probably want your data for some reason.
TikTok's editing ain't too bad, to be honest. I've used it a lot. I'm recently only gone on to InShot recently, so I always just used TikTok's own thing, and it's not bad. Like, it's getting better, but InShot is what I use now.
Yeah,
but I might still go on, do a video, and do it through TikTok just because it's quicker. It depends,
doesn't it?
Done.
It depends what you're into. So Mike, for example, I don't know what he uses, but I guarantee he uses TikTok because he's very off the cuff. Like, I'm going to press record because I want to say something. He doesn't care about editing or anything like that. Whereas someone
like that, you just think to say you're watching this video and you think, have you got to watch this back before you've been like?
No, they don't.
I can't hear you what a word is saying because the drill's going. You're like, what on earth are you doing?
I quite like them ones though. Sometimes they're fucking idiots, but Mike's a good example of a good one because he's just being honest. He presses record.
His stuff,
He just presses record and he's just being honest. And some people don't like it,
real.
some people do.
Yeah, I like it.
Exactly. That's just what he is. Raw.
Yeah.
He's saying it as it is. He's got something going on at the moment, actually. I won't mention it, but have a look at a few of his latest posts. Fuck me.
Oh, I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I should say. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. He's got a bit of an issue. He's getting stitched up by a distributor, by the sounds of it.
I've heard. Yeah, and an expensive one by the sounds of it as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't look good.
What's your views on again, it's probably very controversial, TikTokers selling stuff on their page?
I don't mind. I said this ages ago when the TikTok shop first came out. When it first came out, and it still happens a bit now, it was really fucking annoying. Like, because everybody was just literally just trying to sell stuff, and that's annoying. But if you're just links on products that you happen to be using, you've made that video anyway. Like, you've made a video today with tiles, and you will have used tiles from a particular tile shop, grout, silicone, adhesive. If any of those things are on the TikTok shop and you link to it, what's the problem with that? Because you used them all anyway. So that's fine. You're using it. If they want to sponsor you because you use their products, absolutely fucking fine. But I always give the example of there's a guy, I still forgot his name again. It's a yo-yo account, so he does yo-yos. I forgot his name last time. My little boy loves yo-yos at the moment. He's into yo-yos. So I found a yo-yo account on TikTok, and he's got a TikTok shop. And we watched it. It did a live, and the only reason he did the live was to sell some fucking yo-yos, basically. So normally that would annoy me, because I'm like, just selling stuff. But he proved to me that how you can make it good. And he made it really good, and it was entertaining, and he was answering questions, and he was doing yo-yo tricks. And he was showing everyone all the different yo-yos and telling people about the history of yo-yos. It was fucking interesting. But actually, at the same time, he was selling stuff. So that's one way. And that is a little bit closer to QVC. But if it's very targeted. Only people who liked yo-yos were looking at it. You know what I mean? And you might get someone who likes Pokemon cards. And you might get someone who's really into fucking car engines, but it's very focused on those people only. You don't have to watch it. So yeah, I'm all right with it, but it can be annoying.
I know a lot of people do slag people off that do it, but I've always said if I found a product that I like, and someone said, "Well, you can, we'll let you have this, or you can, then if you want to sell it and whatever, then I would do it. But I wouldn't start selling just random shit. I just don't. It's got to be relatable to me, and I've got to believe in the product.
Well, also, it's people wouldn't watch it. If you just started selling random, they would be like, oh, fucking hell, what's Reece doing? No, I'm not watching this anymore. Because it's too obvious. It's too obvious.
Yeah.
It's fine if you're using something like product placement, I suppose. Product placement, you can say, by the way, this silicon we used is the bollocks and the gun we used is here and you can buy it from down there and you get 10%. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with it because that particular company would pay for an advert anyway, which might cost them 5 or 10% of the sales in marketing. If you're doing it for fucking free, virtually, and you take a little cut of the particular sale, great, everyone's happy. Yeah. You've recommended a product because you actually did like it. Somebody who trusts you has ended up with a good product because they trust you to tell the truth. Company's happy because you've sold something. You're happy because you've got a cut. Everybody's happy.
Isn't it?
Yeah. So, I don't mind.
It just seems like that seems like something that a lot of people disagree on, or it's like 50-50 people.
It's because it was new.
Don't mind it, some hate it.
Yeah. Every time something's new,
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
If it's relatable to my job and I think the product's good and I believe in it, then why couldn't I share that with everybody else and say, I'll tell you what, if you like it, this is what it is. Here's a link at the bottom. Crack on.
Yeah. Exactly. I think that's the way that it will work in the UK. When it first got introduced, because in China and in the East where it was massive, they don't mind sales, constant sales. We're selling this, blah, blah, fucking fireworks going off, deal. They don't mind that. So obviously, they didn't really understand how it would work in the UK or in America or whatever. It might work in America for all I know, but UK specifically, we don't like that. We're a bit more reserved. We don't like in-your-face sales, selling us stuff. That's just our culture. But if you're doing a bit of product placement and it's informative and entertaining at the same time, great. And I think that's probably the future for them. It'll develop into something along those lines and stop annoying people so much. So yeah,
I did one video the other day. I have some work trousers that have been sent, and I thought, Joe, what? I actually genuinely really like these trousers, and they're actually really comfortable. When you're in a pair of trousers 8 hours a day, they've got to be comfortable. So I was trying to do this video, and I thought, well, I know what I'll do. I'll do a video, blah blah blah. And I watched it back, and I thought, nah, this ain't for me. This ain't what I want to do. I don't want to do it like this. I feel like a QVC seller. Like, this is not how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So I deleted it. Honestly, I was filming for about an hour.
Yeah.
Just do it again. I've deleted the whole lot, and I thought I'm going to do it differently. It's not how I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I will do it because I want people to. I like the trousers, and I think why
it's
not?
hard, isn't it? When
but I want it to be like what you said. I want someone watching it and watching the content of me doing something, but also it's informative. But there's also, if you want these, this is why they're good. If you want them, it's there. If you don't, just enjoy the video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what the problem is? The people that have got good at it, this is what I was saying before, they know what works and what doesn't. So it's the same as any salesman. A good salesman will literally be able to sell anything. He knows what to say. He knows what works and what doesn't. And they get good at doing that. So they, unfortunately, are the ones that'll be driving, because a lot of people will fall for, that looks like, a lot of it is shit. Gadgets and whatever.
Yeah.
So, and they're the ones that are like impulse buys. And I don't think TikTok wants it to be an impulse buy type. They don't mind those sales, but I think TikTok genuinely wants to compete with Amazon.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's big shoes to step in.
Yeah, and I reckon Amazon probably are looking at it and thinking, oh fuck, because it potentially could get there. So TikTok at the moment but the things that sell a lot are impulse buys, gadgets. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Tat.
Oh, I'll be honest. I've bought stuff from there.
Yeah, exactly.
I've bought a few bits.
Viral things. This has gone viral. Whatever.
Yeah.
They don't want that. They want people to go to TikTok And this is why I think they've done the shop a little bit wrong, because we like it to be separate in this country. So they want people to go to TikTok and say, I need some paper from a printer. And I'll subscribe to that one and I'll get paper every month for it. That won't work the way it's currently set up, because people won't be able to separate a QVC salesman or saleswoman from a regular purchase of some deodorant or fucking whatever else they buy off Amazon. Do you know what I mean? But I'm full of shit, so I make shit like this up. I have theories. I think TikTok genuinely got that in their sites. Why have a shop if not?
Well, yeah.
And they're massive. Remember how big they are. There's a lot of potential people to buy shit there. So yeah. eBay, Amazon, definitely.
Amazon's my biggest one at the minute. eBay used to be, but don't even touch it now. Amazon all day long for me.
Yeah.
Customer service is great, you know.
The thing with Amazon is they've got big enough that they can do next day delivery, which is great. But the customer service can say, yeah, fuck it, we'll just give you your money back. So everyone knows it's great for that. So and to be honest, I'm a small business lad, and I am like that. I think genuinely I'm small. So if I was ever as big as Amazon, I wouldn't be able to do it. But I think I'm small enough, and you could ask any of my customers, I suppose, and I'm bigging myself up, but I genuinely think my service is as good as Amazon's, if not better.
The thing is, you'll get a reputation for that, which is good.
Yeah, if not better, because they can speak to me. They can literally speak to me.
Personally, yeah.
If they order something quite late in the evening, you know what tradesmen are like, and especially tilers. A lot of them are like, "Oh, can you get me that for tomorrow?" And it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm like, yeah, and I do. I sort it for them, and UPS are really good as well.
Yeah,
and they make it possible. So yeah,
I need to try this. Is it Perflex?
Yeah,
Perflex. Yeah, I need to try it.
I'll send you some.
It's like the two cartridges, isn't it? That then go into one. Is that right?
Yeah, it's epoxy grout, so it's in one cartridge, which is 2 tubes.
Yeah,
and the two, there's mix A and mix B, and they're mixed together, and the actual nozzle mixes them together. So there's a resin and a hardener that gets mixed in the nozzle, and that does all the mixing. So it's all clean. There's no mixing. It's very clean, and it's a piece of piss. That's the hardest thing to convince people. It's very easy, and they're like, "Can't."
Is that the one where you squirt it in, you smooth it off, and then you leave it, don't you? And you peel it off after? Is that right?
Yeah, fill the joint, finish it. Piece of piss. It's actually easier than silicone, in my opinion, because silicones can be difficult. And then just let it cure.
Silicone is an art on its own, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, can be difficult.
It can be. And it depends. If you've got a perfectly 6 by 6 tile and you've got to do the corners, easy. But if you've got fucking metro tiles, mate, with the chamfers, oh my God, horrendous to grab to silicone.
Yeah.
I did one the other week and I just did it and thought, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Honestly, I scraped it out about 3 times and I was like, this is just not good enough.
Yeah, it's a skill.
It's hard.
That's why people pay the mastic man.
Absolutely.
Worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
We're done, mate. I'm going to have a cup of tea.
I don't blame you, mate.
Thank you very much.
How long's that been going on for? Is it a couple of hours at least?
It says 2.5 hours on here, but we've spent half an hour talking about fucking some bullshit at the beginning, and then you walking around while you change room. But yeah, it's good. Good 2.5 hours. There'll only be 5-10 minutes to cut out of that. Really, just me and you talking shite.
Sweet, enjoyed it, mate. It was good.
Thank you very much, mate.
You got the pipeline. Can you tell me or any more?
I'll tell you.
Do you have like quite a few in advance, or like have you got many?
I've got loads in advance, but nailing them down.
Wicked.
Nailing them down is fucking impossible.
This took ages, isn't it?
Yeah. So similar to you. Yours is probably a little bit extreme because we tried 2 or 3 times, but trying to get someone free and then set it up, and a lot of the time it's like...
Do you get many that want paying? Oh. Well, some of them might go, well, yeah, I'd do it for so much money.
Well, I suppose I'm not
It'll be a
asking. I'm not asking the type of person that will ask for payment. I suppose no
no.
one's asked for payment yet. Never
That's
even
good.
crossed my mind. Do people get
Yeah.
paid for doing podcasts?
I don't think no idea.
I
No
bet they
idea.
do, don't they? You're right. I bet they do if they're famous.
Mm.
Never even crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't fucking pay him. I might do it in the future. You never know. Hey, you'll have to come back on if it gets big. Come back on in the future.
Definitely.
I'll get you chauffeured to the.
What? Just out of interest, how did you come across me? Was it on TikTok? I'm guessing.
Yeah. I don't know. It will have been just TikTok, and then so what happens is, and this is exactly why I'm getting Anton. Like I told you before, I judge people pretty quickly. So never even met you. So if I meet someone, I'll judge them quickly. Like,
yeah,
they're a wanker. Do you know what I mean? I might be wrong. I like to think that I'm right a lot. But what I've been doing with TikTok is, this is what I mean with TikTok, right? People who post videos of themselves a lot, talking, it's hard to fake.
Yeah.
So eventually, I will have watched enough videos of someone to say, yeah, he's a wanker. I can tell. Or, obviously on the flip side, this guy's a genuine guy, nice guy, hard worker, clearly helps people out. So, that's it really. I just watch people until I think they're sound. And then when I think they're sound, I ask them to come on the podcast, and that's it.
So, are you going to keep this as trade, or are you going to go venture out into others, or anybody, or what's your plans?
To be honest, trade.
So, no, a lot of them's been trade, hasn't it?
Yeah, so it is trade, but that doesn't mean you have to be. I'm not a tradesman. You don't have to be a tradesman. So I spoke to Paul, he's the chairman of the TTA the other week. It's kind of linked to the trade, but it's not really. So there's a lot of interesting people there that you can speak to.
Yeah.
I don't know, shop managers, CEOs of companies, tilers, carpenters, plumbers, brickies, OnlyFans, models. There's everything.
So with trade, you know that there's always a story to tell, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, mate, even if you're not on the trade, there's a story to tell.
Yeah,
everybody. So this is the real reason I started it. I'm just in the trade, that's all. So I was in trade groups and I follow people on. So they're the people I see the most. So I was like, right, I'll do this for trade only. But the reason I started it is because I used to work in office, like PLCs and bullshit companies and offices. I used to have meetings. I used to tell myself, you're talking too much. Stop talking so much, because the really senior people would be like, in and out, I'm busy. But what I learned is they're not busy. They like to look busy.
Yeah.
Everybody else is busy. Everybody doing the work.
The hard work.
Yeah, the workers are busy. Yeah. These guys are just fucking don't want no. They're not busy, they just don't want no. But that might be a good thing for a boss to be like, quickly tell me, alright, move on, let's go. But so there was one guy in particular, he'd slipped in a conversation that he was in a band in the 60s, and they got on the charts, and that's it. Then he was gone, too busy. So I was like, what the fuck? And I've never seen him since. And I was like,
now you're dying to know about it.
I really wanted to know about that. But so then I was like, that seeded the idea of the podcast. I was like, fuck, I could have asked him. So I went from telling myself, this years ago, you need to talk less, to realising, actually, no, you don't. I used to just think that. I used to think that to be senior in a company, you had to be snappy, quick. Oh yeah, do this, do it. But it was not. They were just bullshitters. They just look busy. They're not busy. They're not doing more work than someone who's paid 10 times less than them. They're just not. So they just give off that bullshit. Fucking, I'm busy. I've got to go. Yeah. But yeah, so that was the reason, really. Realising that you can speak to people for as long as you want. No time limit.
So I wouldn't have a clue when I set a podcast up. So you must have done something previously, or to pick up all the. No, just learn self-taught.
There's nothing to learn. You just get a microphone. Get a microphone.
It's all like the editing and like I don't know, like
the thing,
the software and
the technical. Yeah. So I did. It actually didn't. It hasn't helped me with this, but I suppose technically minded. I did broadcast technology at university. So like radio and TV, techie stuff.
Yeah.
But I suppose, yeah, of course that helps me with this because I understand sound and compression and whatever, all that kind of shit. But yeah, I went from having a crap microphone. So if you were the first ever guy, the first ever podcast, I would have had a crap microphone. You wouldn't have even had a microphone. And I'd just be talking to you on some free software that wasn't very good. And that was it.
Okay.
That was it at
so
first.
You just learned from doing it, I suppose.
Yeah, so then from editing, I was like, that sounds shit. How do I make that better? So then I bought this contraption thing here, so then I can actually speak to people in person. Then I learned how to feed this through the laptop. So this is like meant for live conversations or live performances. Now it feeds through the laptop. Then I found better software to, like, me and you are recording separate tracks now. And then, so you pay for things in the end. Not a lot, but it's worth it. Yeah. Then you pay for distribution. You have to look. That's the difficult thing. Like, how the fuck do you get it sent out to places? That's something you have to read about. It's not difficult in the end, but it's one of the things that you just don't know. Like, if you don't know, you don't know, do you? So I pay for that.
Get onto Google and
yeah. So how'd you get it onto Spotify and YouTube and Google and Amazon and all these things? How the fuck did you do that? But it's not that difficult really. But when you don't know, it can seem difficult when you don't know. And then you have to learn all the analytics and stuff. And then obviously editing. Editing's probably the most difficult part.
Yeah,
no, actually, talking is the most difficult part. And like making sure it makes sense.
You got to keep it. You got to keep it going, isn't it? You got to keep it flowing. And
so my thing with it is, right, so I've had people give me advice before, which is the worst thing you can fucking do with me. If someone gives me some advice, I switch off. I'm not interested. I don't want your fucking advice. But especially when I've already got my own idea about something, because someone will say on the podcast, oh, you should write a script, or you should practice your enunciation, and literally people have told me this, or your voice doesn't really sound good on, you need to get a better microphone or practice and do warm up your voice. I'm like, what? That, even if that was true, I wouldn't do it because someone's telling me to. I'm like, fuck off. But
do it my way.
Well, I don't want it to be polished. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It needs to be real.
As much as possible, I just want a conversation with someone. It'll never be perfect. There'll always be little pauses and me thinking about, do I need to ask another question or whatever? But as much as possible, I would just want it to be a conversation. As close as possible.
That's good. I hope it goes well for you, mate. I hope you make it big time and it'll be good.
I don't even care. I don't even want it to be big time. Not interested. As if it can pay for it. If it can pay for itself.
So if you're happy,
I'll have some conversations with people. Yeah, it'd be worth doing them, wouldn't it? If it keeps costing me money, then no.
Well, it's different. Then
it's not worth doing.
Yeah. So last question: where does the name "Don't Touch the Cat" come from? Is that
Oh, it's gone again. I didn't cut you off on purpose then.
Oh.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. No one's ever asked while we're recording before. So I said before, I'm from the tile world. It's definitely from tilers, right? I think I even know the person where it come from, but he won't come on the podcast. I keep asking him. So I'm pretty sure it originates with this person. I need to do an origins of this particular thing.
Right.
So tilers and other tradesmen, I might be wrong, it might have not been tilers, but I'm pretty certain it was. In the tiling groups where I kind of hang around, they'll tend to say, like, if they've had a shit day or they've got an awkward customer or they've got shit tiles or shit materials to it, something's gone wrong, you know what I mean? They've started kind of saying, well, has the customer got a cat? Because, like, so they'd be like, I don't know if I say it or not, I record it. So they'd say, like, well, just bum the cat. You know what I mean? Or just like, what's the word? Molest the cat, like do something to the cat, like abuse the cat, just for
Right.
And it's like, I get it, and it's like, but the thing is, do people get? Well, that's why I've never said it on the podcast, because will people get that it's actually funny to sexually abuse a cat? Because I think it's funny, but it's obviously a joke. That's the thing. Yeah. But some people can't get jokes.
No,
some people don't get it. They'd be like, "Oh, what are you on about?" So anyway, I needed a name for the podcast. And that was the first thing that come to mind. And then the first few episodes were Tyler's, and Tyler's will always feature heavily because I know a lot of them, and they're interesting. Yeah. So yeah, that was it really, mate. Tyler's talk about
molesting cats.
Yeah, that's it. You should go. I think some of the builders pages have started saying similar stuff now as well. Like,
have they?
Yeah. They saw a cat.
That's news to me. I've never heard that before. So
you're in the wrong groups.
I need to start. Yeah, I need to get some Tyler's Facebook pages or something.
Yeah, sorted, mate. I'm going to have that cup of tea now.
Yeah, Sam, mate.
Thanks very much.
Nice one, buddy.
Nice one, mate.
No, you're all good, mate.
See you in a bit, mate.
Catch you later.
Nice one. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.